the 12 Sydney clubs. They're all doing. There's a fair bit of glamour out there.
Certainly.
Yeah, what, Arthur, if you and I were younger, it might even. Well, you never know.
We mightn't have won too many points today, Parramatta, but I think they've streamed them as far as that goes, the Parramatta Cowgirls.
Yes, mate, I tell you what, there's certainly a lot of girls at Parramatta.
I tell you what, I've never heard so much drivel coming out of one man's mouth.
Jay Raymer. Well, let's see how you go, mate, reviewing the Parramatta 13.
We'll go through them from the fullback. We've got Steve McKenzie. I don't know a great deal about Steve, but...
neither does anyone else, mate.
Well, this is it. But, he came down this year from Woiwur with Johnny Money, the reserve grade coach, and he's proved quite a capable fullback. I don't think you'd say he's outstanding. He's a no-frills footballer, but he's certainly a good footballer. He played very well against Newtown last time and East.
With this sort of wind out there today, Arthur, if you were captaining or coaching Parramatta, Newtown, what instruction would you be playing Kenny Wilson first up to test?
Well, I have to think about that. That's what I said previously when I did a summation. But he must have to think about it, Warren, because Parramatta have always been a little bit susceptible to anyone with a kicking game.
Well, if the decision was yours, mate, would you start with Tommy or Kenny? Because the hard man or the ball player?
Well, I think I might be inclined to go in with Kenny. He's got a tough decision because a lot depends on, I suppose. You can't. They do have the toss. If he wins the toss, he might elect to use the breeze and use Kenny Wilson first up. But then if they lose the toss and say
where's the toss taken, mate? Is it possible to make?
Well, this is probably. Well, he might wait for a decision after the toss is made. So.
Well, I asked Roy that, and he said no. Before a toss can be made, 13 players must be on the
field and
correctly dressed. He told me.
Well, that must be so then. But I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that.
No, well, how are we supposed to know fine details like that? Graham Atkins on one wing.
Well, Graham Atkins has been around quite a while. He's only 25, just looking at the program there, and he's a pretty solid winger. Graham's been, he's already experienced a grand final, a couple of grand finals, and he's not what you'd call overly fast, but he's certainly a very safe winger. He's a tremendous positional play and very safe under pressure. On the other wing, probably you've got the wing sensation of the year, apart from, if you're talking about John Ferguson and Blacklock from Newtown, Eric Growth, without a doubt, is the most exciting winger in the game today. He's a big lump of a lad. He weighs in about 14 stone, and the guy can really hike. He's certainly a tremendous player. In the centres, we've got Mick Cronin, and Magic Mick, as he's known to all of his friends.
We had a heavy night last night, Mick and myself.
Did you?
Went down the Lone Startle about, he likes cards.
Oh, yeah.
I said about 5 o'clock this morning, I said, mate, shouldn't you get an early night? He said, no, we weren't drinking, just playing cards.
All these people, yeah.
And he said, I like to get home about 5 or 6, I can't sleep anyway. Anyway, we had a few drinks and played cards, and he's nervous, absolutely.
No, he's certainly a great player. His deeds in the past, he's been a goal-kicking machine, a try-scoring machine, and probably there has been a little bit said about his ability to handle the pressure at the cricket ground, but I'm quite certain he's going to not only play them to victory, but kick them to victory also this afternoon out there. We've got Steve Ella. Steve Ella is a cousin of one of the Ella boys from La Perouse at Randwick, and Steve's a very good player. He came back from a very nasty knee injury last year. He did the cruciate ligament in his knee also. And
he'd also be related to Johnny Ferguson and Ray Blacklock.
Oh, all cousins. I had heard him. Chuck having a go at the Aborigines there before.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't understand that.
Never mind, but Steve is... he's certainly a fine player. He's a very fast, and he's a perfect foil for Mick Cronin, and I'm quite certain we're going to see him putting the ball down over the line today. We go to the halves. We've got a very fine young player, Brett Kenny. Brett's came into grade last year. He's a local junior with the club. He plays out at Liverpool somewhere. He's from that way, and he's been moved to the pivot spot after playing centre early in the year. But Brett's a very good player. He's probably one of the most correct footballers I've seen play the game. He's certainly a good player. And at half-back, we've got a bloke, I don't know where he gets his nickname from, Lady Diane. No, he's... I don't know who calls him Lady Diane, but he's certainly a great little player. I
think it's because his boyfriend's name's Charles.
He didn't tell me that.
It's not true either.
No, but he's certainly a good footballer. He played for New South Wales this year, and he's from Wagga, Stirlo. He's been a great schoolboy footballer, and big things expected from him today. He'll probably dictate the trend of the play, first man off the ruck, plus his kicking game will come to the fore. At lock, we've got perpetual motion himself, Ray Price. Ray's had a pretty bad knee injury, and he's certainly playing good football, and I think that the week's rest will do him quite a lot of good. They should all come out pretty fit.
How many times do you reckon he'll hit the deck today, mate? They reckon he hits the deck more often than the sailors moth. He puts more into it, though, than maybe the other guys.
Who wrote that?
B Wood.
B Wood. No, that's right. But he has got a habit of hitting the deck. But I think he's under strict instructions from Jack Gibson not to do it today. But Ray played in the last 77 Grand Final, and since he's made the transition from Union, he's certainly the number one lock in the game. In the second row, we've got John Singleton, who's an ex-Balmain boy. Actually, went to school at Parramatta, Morris Brothers, but Balmain pinched him and we pinched him back at Para. But he's certainly come into the side. He had a great game last week against East, and I'm certain that he's going to be running onto the ball pretty hard. He'll be taking up the middle, and he'll be trying to make a dent in Newtown's defence.
About 3 minutes to go before kick-off here at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
Shut up. We've got Kevin Stevens, that's still a stumpy. That's an interesting decision there. A lot of people have said whether he should be in the side or not, but he's a seasoned campaigner. The guy must be a tough hombre because, well, they said he dislocated his elbow and chipped the bone. And so there's got to be a little bit of a doubt about Stumpy, but I think he's there for one reason, and that is if Tommy is playing first up and he does happen to put a little bit of stick in, which I think, Tommy's a little bit like that. He might explode things here a little bit, but I think Stumpy will handle that situation.
Here they come, mate.
Okay.
Here they come. They're running out the field. Stephen Edge and Peter Sterling lead them out. Let us first ask Terry Page as they run out the field. How does it feel, Terry? Out and they run now. Peter Sterling throwing the ball around. He throws it out now. Kevin Stumpy Stevens. Look at Stephen Edge run out. It's a magic moment here. The crowd have stood as one. As one. Mick Cronin looking very confident. Bob O'Reilly, who looks like, well, he looks like he should be sitting on the sideline watching. Terry, do they look like $250,000 worth of footballers to you or not?
Well, at this stage they do. They look magnificent.
The blue and gold smoke bomb's just gone. Terry, do you want to lay it off now, mate?
No, I'd like to increase
Give us
it.
200 and save 50.
No, I'd love to increase it, actually, John, if I could.
You'd what?
Love to increase it, yeah.
At 50 to 1?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Even money, John.
Do you know something we don't?
No, I know Jack's been in there now. They've lost two.
Where's Jack been?
Well, he's been there driving these guys to destruction now. They'll be out there. They've lost 2 games and just been to 1.
Now the new Parramatta guys are out there. They're warming up. They do look very confident. They've taken balls. They're kicking them into the crowd. Newtown guys. Tommy Radonicus is just stumping on his cigarette, having a last draw. They should be ready soon. You can tell by the roar of the crowd that the Newtown team's getting ready. The smoke bombs have gone off with their usual. Well, they're usually pretty exciting affairs, the smoke bomb. With this wind, I don't know what's supposed to be blue and gold and what's supposed to be blue and white. I thought it was just Tommy having a cigarette. It wasn't. It was one of these celebrations here. Here it is. And here is the Cinderella team of the New South Wales Sydney competition, grand finalists. And they run up the field, and let's see who the team is. Tommy Radonicus, dispelling all doubt as to whether Kenny would start, leads the team on the field with his shadow, Graham O'Grady. Barry Jensen is there behind him with Paul Morris. Steve Blythe showing no signs of any ankle injury whatsoever. Ray Blacklock sprinting away over to the far end of the field. Craig Ellis doesn't look very nervous to me, Craig, as he runs back toward the Paddington end of the field with footballs to kick into the crowd. And there's the living legend in his own mind, Les Motto there. Obviously not on TV, he has his shirt on. It really is, the tension is building here to a stage where it's nice just to be able to enjoy the game without any undue pressure. Terry, before we hand back to Johnny Raper or to Arthur Beeson to finish his Parramatta rundown, any final comments, Terry, to those listening who are on your side? A publican and a bookmaker, a very popular combination.
Well, I got my fingers and toes, everything crossed here, John. That's all I can say.
That's all you can say.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed your last supper. Where was your last supper last night, mate?
Nil-all Cafe, the best restaurant in the world, and I'll be there again next Saturday night, win, lose or draw anyway.
I tell you what, mate, if we win, I'll shout you.
Great, thanks a lot.
Now let's go back to Arthur Beeson. We'll continue our summary. Greg Hartley not having a talk to either teams yet. Parramatta are running with the wind in the first half.
Looking very confident, the blue and gold, aren't they? Have a look at them.
They look,
Gee, they look mean. Look at Bob O'Reilly. I've never seen him look slimmer. A slim, trim bear.
He does look a bit slimmer than usual.
A ball bear, but no, but he'll play a big part today.
Arthur, the continuing bombardment by Dennis Fitzgerald and Jack Gibson against Greg Hartley, is this going to affect the players out there now?
Well, obviously they didn't put in a protest. There was talk that they were going to take the league to equity, but apparently they decided against it, and I think it's good for rugby league they dropped that. But
couldn't agree with you more, Arthur. Arthur, we didn't run through the front row of Steve Edge, Bob O'Reilly and Ronnie Hilditch, but I think it's pretty apparent the most experienced front row team in Australia.
Well, they certainly are. Bubba Riley's played numerous tests for Australia, and a lot of people at one stage said instead of the blue and gold he should have been wearing the green and gold.
This year?
Well, not so much this year, but there was a stage when he played for Parramatta and he probably didn't play his best games, they said, but they said they should have changed the Guernseys from blue and gold to green and gold. And
I see.
He'd have played better, but you've got Steve Edge in there. He's an experienced campaigner. He's played for St George. He's been in premiership football. He knows what pressure's all about.
There must be a bit of sentiment in Jack Gibson, mate, the way he sticks with his old timers like O'Reilly and Stumpy Stevens. It's
you've got to be loyal to your players, the same as players being loyal to the coach, and the same thing applies.
Paul Morris, the rookie 5'8" from Newtown, will be kicking off. Parramatta are running with the wind, and it is a gale down there. It seems to be running every which way and changing every 5 seconds, Arthur.
It is swirling there, but I see Greg's... someone should have given him a pair of sunglasses, shading his eyes out there. The sun's having a lot of...
And we're learning... Mate, Tommy's holding the ball. That's how windy it is. Holding the ball for Paul Morris to kick off. Paul normally kicks very deep early, because Warren likes to keep the ball down that end as much as he can. It would take a long time for this kick-off.
I don't know what he's looking for.
Tommy, he's told Tommy to put the cigarette out once and for all. Tommy didn't stump it out before he went out. That's ridiculous. Now, what's going on down there, mate? They want the truck off the ground.
Is that what
the loudspeaker trucks were too close to the dead ball line. They realised Newtown probably going to score early. Don't want any injuries with the truck over that, just on that dead ball line.
Someone must have done a streak.
Paul Morris kicks off now, and it has gone deep, very deep. Back to Parramatta. They handle it safely.
Terry Grove taking the ball up there. He's having a tackle by Jensen.
And Morris. Out it goes to Price. Price runs hard. He's missed by Blythe. Don't often see that very early in the game, and taken by Gould and also by Mick Pittman. He plays it back now to Stephen Edge.
They're playing percentage football at the moment.
And no risks at all.
Well, I think he's called for the ball.
Ray Price goes from dummy half, taken by Tommy. Tommy Radonigas decides he looked better without a jumper.
Mackenzie's calling for the ball, but he hasn't got it. The chip's on.
Little chip over by Sterling.
O'Grady's there.
Oh, O'Grady's back there in Raper-type cover. He ducks one and taken by 5 others.
Oh, there's Bob O'Reilly flopping on O'Grady.
Yeah. And Greg Hartley has said, come on, fellas, when he's held, he's held. You've been playing 16 years, Bear. You know that's not fair. Poor little Graham O'Grady. Great referee, this Greg Hartley.
Oh, dear, yeah.
So far, he's made mistakes. No mistakes whatsoever.
He's having a good game so far, isn't he?
Very good game, mate. Very good game. Terry Page is shifting nervously in his seat. Phil Gould kicks for line. Lock the door. Would someone please lock the door? Terry, come on, mate. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's only a game of football. Barry Jensen's taken the kick. It's just over the halfway line. On to Blythe. Blythe runs hard into the Parramatta defence. Gets nowhere whatsoever. Back to Jensen, a dummy half. On to Mick Pittman as his first run, taken by the Bear underneath.
There's Bear's giving him a massage. Ellis has taken a terrific tackle there by Muggleton over the top by the looks of it.
Yeah, Muggleton.
No, there's Ronnie Hilditch.
Ronnie Hilditch and Ray Price, mate. Gould running up now. Gould taken heavily there by Hilditch again.
See, they're looking good, the Power
Peter
boys.
Sterling tackling well. They've got plenty of tackling practice. Radonigas to Morris. Morris out to Ziggy, who joins the line and taken beautifully. Cronin up and Edge under. Brian Hetherington a dummy half. He loves to run from here, Arthur.
He'll run from
he doesn't from this time. Morris kicks for line, and it's a lovely kick, and he's taken Newtown up onto the 25-yard line, about a foot out from the 25-yard line. What do they call that now in kilometres? 3 centimetres, whatever it is. I don't know. 25-yard line. How would we know? Is there anyone here under 40 in this room? What would they know?
Hello. It's a good feed too. Sterling's got the wee runs in the scrum base. O'Grady's there again. Gee, does some tackling. The winger's in there too, Ferguson.
And they rest Kevin Stumpy Stevens. They see how his elbow stands up to this. A bit of a massage over the top by Paulie Morris, underneath by Mick Pittman.
Barney Bear's a dummy half there.
He probably won't run. Out to Rape. Oh, Ronnie Hilditch is involving himself a lot.
Yeah,
as always.
Heavy defence.
Steve Edge, that would look like a knock-on, and he lost it. That was a knock-on, was it not, Arthur?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it. You're not watching very carefully, are you?
No, I didn't see that.
Gee, I think there's some avo in you too, mate. Fair dinkum.
Oh, just a sprinkle.
Just a twinkle in the eye. He knocked it on.
Oh, good feed, Sterlo. Oh, tremendous feed.
Yeah. Defensive fall, as usual. It's a blot in the game, that defensive half feeding all the time. Back to Price.
They should change the rules.
But they are the rules today, and Sterling is feeding very well. And I tell you what, Price is hooking well too.
He's going good. Here comes O'Reilly.
O'Reilly, the Bear runs and his shoulders, tries to get back. I tell you what, our guys have obviously been told to watch that. Mick Ryan and Paul Morris both waiting for the pass off O'Reilly. Back to Edge. Edge throws it out to Hilditch. Hilditch goes through and he's taken by Craig, by Mick Pittman and by Barry Jensen over the top. He plays it back again to Edge. Edge out on the left-hand side to Sterling. Sterling to Price. Gee, I've seen Price do a lot of work, but never more than this. In attack, he's back at dummy half again, Price. Maybe he's told him he's only got half a game in him. Out to the Bear. The Bear runs, tries to palm off Ryan, gets it away beautifully too. And Growth stepped into line. And mind you, he had nowhere to go. He had half an inch to move.
No, we can move. No, he can fly a bit. He's like that jet man there.
Yeah, but he's marking Ray Blacklock, mate, and the smell of port on Ray's breath often turns the other wingers right off, mate. He's on a matter that we told him it's a big match today. He's on a flagon. The scrum's collapsing too. Parramatta trying to collapse the scrum.
Oh, Newtown penalty to Para.
Oh, it will be.
It will be, yes.
Now, and that's quite right too. Steve Blythe collapsed it over this side. Well, Hartley was having a good game now. It's one blemish.
What happens? He might even put that famous kick up, kick for the line, the kick from a place kick. Do you think?
Oh, that's an exciting move.
I'd say this will be on here.
Yeah, they
hello.
Hello. Oh. Mate, you might explain this because it's a bit beyond me. This science.
No, what they're going to do here, they're going to just kick for goal from the next. Naturally, they can't score from it, but what they do, they put the ball up in the end goal area and possibility
get the greater.
Well, they got a chance of scoring. It's like an up and under.
That's a bomb. That's a bomb with more accuracy, right?
Yes.
The old rugby ploy of the handheld ball, and Cronin kicks, and it is a very accurate up and under. But what it does do, what it gains in accuracy, it loses in height, and that is the danger with that, isn't it?
Oh, that was it. Pricey knocked the ball back there, but no one was waiting for it. Actually, it was interesting to note there, but not too many Newtown guys went up for the ball.
No, well, I think they expected an up and under, and it was sort of a down and under, wasn't it? Here's Tommy Radonigas. He'll show you how to feed, mate, and this will be a fair scrum. Oh, well fed too, well hooked too by Mick Pittman. Radonigas runs through. He's look at Price. Here's Price and Radonigas. It's on. Radonigas and Price. Pittman are into it. Another left, a right. Now watch.
It's all over.
It's all over. Yeah. What's happened here, Arthur?
No, actually.
Price viciously attacked our little halfback. What's that young fella's name?
Tommy probably breathed on Ray Price.
Mate, it was bad to see that. It'd be a tragedy if Ray Price would be sent off this early in the game.
No, he wouldn't be sent off, no.
He might just be sent off for 50 minutes.
There was nothing involved.
I would have sent him off myself.
Well, no,
I would have sent off...
Tommy must have done something.
Tommy, you're kidding.
Ray doesn't get upset very easy.
Tommy's captain of the team, mate, and he knows that he has to set an example in clean rugby league play.
Tommy out. That's obvious. I hope he's calling over Price now.
Yeah, I hope so, mate. It'd be a tragedy for the game if Parramatta to lose 3 or 4 players at this stage.
No.
Terry Page just closed his eyes and prayed. What religion are you, Terry? Terry's just looking up the book now. Yes, and referee Greg Hartley is saying, look, forwards picking on backs is not the sort of thing we want to set to our kids. And Tommy says, I couldn't agree with you more, sir, but I forgive him. Greg says something else too.
Shake hands.
It's all on TV. And a free kick, and quite right, against vicious Ray Price. Poor little Tommy Radonigas, who I think lost quite a few teeth in that Malay too, I thought, Arthur.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, he never scrubbed his teeth before the match.
Oh, mate, he could have lost a tooth then, Thomas. We've got our fashion advisor here with us at the moment, Belinda Green. Belinda, both teams looking very nice today. What colour team do you prefer?
Oh, I have to go for the blue bags, of course.
They're both blue, darling. One's blue and white, the other's blue and gold.
Well, the blue and white.
Oh, good. That was our colour fashion prediction here today on 2K Wireless.
Ronnie Hill is just crushing tackle on Craig Ellis there.
Jensen out to Ellis, and Ellis was really hurt by that tackle. He took the next ball up, but he was driven back by Hilditch and by Stephen Edge. Back to Jensen. Jensen out now to Phil Gould, and Phil Gould kicks. Doesn't kick for line, straight back to fullback Mackenzie. Let's see what he's made of. And he's crashed and hammered. Hetherington over the top.
That was a good tackle.
And Mick Ryan, gee, he can play football, Arthur, eh?
He certainly played well, hasn't he? He surprised me a little bit. He was on the market a couple of years ago and probably had the opportunity to come to East, but
he had that badly broken arm, mate. I
think everyone turned everyone off him a little bit.
Yeah. And it goes out now. Oh, Brett Kenny.
A little bit disorganised at the moment.
He ran away in 2 circles there, mate. I don't know, was that a new move or indecisive?
They're trying to confuse everyone. We do that
sometimes. They did, mate. I tell you what, they certainly confused Mick Cronin. Hey, there's Price throwing another right at Ray Blacklock. No, remember Price got sent off once before in a grand final?
He was tackled without the ball.
Oh,
Here's a break down the blind side here.
Oh, look at that. Growth takes it on fingertip tackle, and there's O'Grady. Bundles him out right in the halfway line. Gee, that Growth can handle. Tommy Radonigas is just having a bit of a yarn. A few law lectures there to Bob O'Reilly. O'Reilly doesn't look scared of Radonigas at this stage. The linesmen are on the field, and I think we'll see again that Ray Price
I discussed in 73 too, I think, a few of the funny incidents.
Yeah. Mate, Ray Price was sent off here once in...
yeah, 79, something like that. He was sent off
and he is being cautioned again for throwing another right cross, and that was at Ray Blacklock. So he's picking on halfbacks and wingers today, which is not... It's not like Ray Price, Arthur, is it?
Well, Ray's probably a little bit geared up at the moment, but I think...
Ray Blacklock?
No, Ray Price.
Oh, sorry, mate. I get
But what happened?
Colourblind. They're not. They're calling little Tommy Rodonicus out. You're kidding.
Hello, here comes Les, the mighty Les. Has just come in.
Yeah, he's got his shirt on, mate. It's obviously not TV. I thought this was a TV game.
Hello, he's waving to the crowd.
They're looking good. Hartley's just saying to Tommy, look, you have to control the team because we don't want any of them getting hurt. Keep their hands down. Yeah, and now he's turning around to Ray Price. I think it will be a Newtown penalty, though. No, he's going to let play continue.
No. I think we're getting a penalty. Oh, hello.
Free kick to Newtown. You are a top judge, Arthur Beaton.
I can't believe that.
I don't know what's the point. Let's get some experts to know what they're talking about. 3 opinions have given, 3 wrong. Who did you play for? Fair dinkum. When did you play? Maybe the times have changed since your day.
Well, they probably
get someone young up here.
You give me heaps thing, eh?
Well, Arthur, at this stage, mate.
No, it's 0-all. There's 10 minutes gone, but...
Newtown leading 0-all after, 10 minutes? Phil Gould just kicked for line. And now he's...
Hello, there's a place kick on here. What is going on?
Well, what we're going to do, there's a new move where you place for accuracy in an up and under. It's also called wasting time. Yeah, when you've got a nil-all lead, you try and play for time. At this stage, that's what we're doing. Maybe we just hand the mic over to Johnny Raper, and we'll try and get a less biased view, Arthur. I think you're very pro-Parramatta. At this stage, though, with Newtown leading 0-all, an up and under taking place. Phil Gould's taking a placed up and under. And he doesn't. It's a dummy up and under, and it goes out to right. You noticed that was a dummy move. He placed it for a dummy. A the Gibson move. They dummy. Ziggy runs from dummy half. Ziggy being Zigsworth, 2K Wireless sales representative, 2643822. If you want to meet Ziggy personally during the week. It's passed back now. Number 13, Craig Ellis, runs through. They're only about 5 metres out from the line. That dummy up and under almost worked too. 11 goes through Stevie Blythe. Barry Jensen, they're 5 yards out from the line. Mick Pittman's calling for it. Phil Gould gets it. He runs and he dummies. Tries to throw it back to Tommy Rodonicus. He's taken, though, and a very good tackle there by Kevin Stevens. Out now to Pittman. Here goes a Zigsworth bomb, and it's a good one. Mackenzie's up, Newtown's up, and Parramatta have knocked it out over the dead ball line. Well, Johnny, so far, so good.
Yes, John, so far so good for Newtown. It's an interesting point, John. The scrums favour Parramatta by 2 scrums to 1, and the penalties favour Newtown by 3 to 1. So Newtown will have to concentrate on getting the ball from the open play and trying to retain it, John.
The ball goes back now to Zigsworth. Sorry, I was just disrupted there by a bit of an emotional outburst by one of the supporters. Fellow had a frog in my throat.
There's been some great effective tackling, John.
There has, mate. I tell you what, no more effective than that Mick Pittman who just bust them through there. Very little fire in the game, mate. It's hard but not fiery. Ray Price is the only one who's been throwing any punches. Phil Gould looked, though, when he saw O'Reilly coming at him. And when he looked, the obvious happened, he put the ball down. You don't see Gould do more than once every couple of seasons.
Mate, I don't like seeing Ray Price fight. When he fights, he gets put off his game all the time. I suppose you'd love to see him fight, and he does get put off his game, mate, believe me.
Yes, most unlike Ray Price, mate. Most unlike him. They won the ball. They dummied, mate. That's a beautiful dummy by Kenny, too. He dummied to Price and he went. The only player who didn't take it was... He's unmarked, too. Gee, you don't have to watch that. It goes back now to Hilditch. Hilditch back to Price, and Price is... Gee, he is copping plenty, though, mate, is he not?
Oh, he's getting plenty.
And he's asking for plenty. It goes back now to Edge. Edge out to O'Reilly. O'Reilly's running hard, no intention of passing it. And Newtown, no intention of letting him run. He's taken underneath. He's got taken by Pittman and by Jensen. And he's another knock on a dummy half. That one referee Hartley did see. No doubt Arthur would not have seen that. Did you see that, Arthur? It should have been interference in the play the ball, says Arthur Beaton.
Well, Arthur's biased, as we know, John. Like, you know,
oh, mate, it's
look,
just...
why don't they get all the referees back and just give him a go?
People are here to see both sides of the story, not just Arthur Beaton's side of the story. And it's a Newtown scrum win. Newtown pass it back, mate. That is a beautiful play. Back, reverse play from the scrum back to Zigsworth. Rodonicus a dummy half. Rodonicus... They're interfering with him. They let the play go on to O'Grady. O'Grady under Blacklock roving into the centre of the field on the halfway line. He plays it back now to Mick Ryan at dummy half. Mick Ryan passes it. He dummies and runs on the open side. He runs straight into the Bear and Steve Edge. Not a good idea, Mick. That's not good for your health. Plays it back now to Ray Blacklock, the right winger, who plays every role except on the right wing to Phil Gould, who runs straight and hard. And he's through 2 tackles, including that of Muggleton. Edge gets him, he passes the ball back. Ellis takes the ball now to Radonicus. Radonicus to O'Grady, who holds it and goes. Steps and is taken by O'Reilly over the top.
Jesus, I'm heavy contact down there, mate.
See, Price is working, mate, isn't he?
My word.
Zigsworth kicks for the line, and he's got it right on the 25-yard line, 23-yard line, 23 yards out from the Parramatta goal line. And this reminds me very much of that first major semi-final, Johnny, where for 20 minutes Newtown bombarded Parramatta, and yet were only able to come up with the one try.
Yes, mate, but they've learned from that effort. There's no doubt about that.
Mate, here they've won the ball again, Parramatta. I think every scrum has been on a defensive feed, has it not?
That's right, John, and the scrums favour Parramatta 4 scrums to 2.
That just shows you that Newtown's been attacking 4 times to 2. The ball comes back now. Sterling's at halfback. Sterling runs, he dummies and runs, and he's almost past one tackle. He does get it back to Growth. Growth goes no. That was Mackenzie. Sorry, Mackenzie's taken, however, by Radonicus. Plays the ball back to Edge. Edge dummies to Stevens, but gives it to O'Reilly. O'Reilly a short ball, and it doesn't go anywhere whatsoever because Paul Morris not sophisticated enough to fall for a short ball to Hilditch. Out it goes now to Cronin. Cronin cuts out a man and out to the wing of Growth. Growth has got some room to move. Across in defence comes Hetherington. He's beaten Hetherington, but Hetherington grabs him by the jumper, and Hetherington and Zigsworth together are able to pull Growth out. But there's a free kick to Hartley. What would that be for, Johnny?
For pushing out, John. He called the tackle, there's no doubt about that. So
he called the tackle, and they continue to take him out over the line. Geez, that Growth can move, mate, can't he? He had no room to move there.
John, I said the other day on the radio show that he is the best winger in Australia, and believe me, when he stretches out, and he's a big man too.
They kick for line, and they've taken it. They're 2 yards now, 23 yards out from the Newtown line with Parramatta with a penalty to come, tap and or up and under. What do you reckon will be, Arthur?
Just say, never going to jump on the walls, would he? It's too fast, Brad.
I'll tell you what, Blacklock will have to stay that way.
It's a tap and it's a dummy. They've set up the wall, but the dummy didn't got himself. Plays it back now to Edge.
Danger time for Newtown here,
Hilditch, rather. Hilditch to Sterling. Sterling. Oh, they're just running hard in the Newtown forwards. They're only about 10 yards out from the line. Here's Parramatta's chance. It goes from Edge to the Bear. O'Reilly back out to Ella to Atkins, and they tackled about 6 yards out from the line, if that. Sterling at halfback. There's something on here, Johnny. There's something on here, Sterling. They blew it there, mate.
If Parramatta get the ball up, Newtown's going to be in trouble over Ray Blacklock's side.
They lost it. Yeah, mate, well, Ray Blacklock's wandering. Well, they lost it there, mate. They had a move on and they lost it. Zigsworth taking it, and they're out inside the 5-yard rule, says referee Hartley. He's given a penalty to Newtown, and only right, and only about time. I didn't see it at all, but they have been doing it all day.
Mate, they have been doing it. You know, I just can't understand footballers in a position like that when they've got the opposition on the line, getting inside the 5-metre line. This is the time when they should keep Newtown pinned down for the 6 tackles. They're winning the ball by winning the scrums by 4 scrums to 2.
They're all been defensive feeds, Johnny.
Well, maybe so, mate. I can't agree with that in that position, but believe me, they should be trying to keep Newtown on their line. They got them up there and they're trying to use their big forward.
Well, almost up to the halfway line now with a dummy. Jensen takes it up. Now we have Blythe not too happy either with O'Reilly as Jensen out to Radonicus to Morris out to Pittman, and Pittman runs hard and straight, but Sterling takes him underneath and Price over the top. Plays it back now to Ellis gives it out to Radonicus to Morris, dummies, steps, but he's taken very hard and very well there by Hilditch and Price. Gee, the Price has already done a match's work, and the match is only 15 minutes old. 0-all here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Newtown leading 0-all. Parramatta both playing very hard football. No nastiness in the match yet as Ryan. And a little kick from... it's through. A little kick by Gould. Just a little stab kick through the centres. It was taken by O'Grady. Zigsworth at dummy half. 10 yards inside Parramatta territory. Zigsworth has the ball now. He gives it out to Gould. Gould kicks for the line. It's touched by a Parramatta player. And he's lost the ball. And Blacklock's got it for Newtown. And that's 6. Ah, no, says referee Hartley. That was 2 knock-ons, says Gregory. We'll have a scrum, says Gregory. I wish you hadn't said that, Gregory.
He's right on the mark. There's no doubt about that, John.
Yeah, well, I know, but it was such a tiny knock-on. I mean, people here to see football, not scrums. They could have scored then. And they've given... Stephen Ed's cheating in the scrums. Don't do that, says Hartley. They've come here to see football, and a differential penalty to Newtown on the 25-yard line.
Hey, John, there's no doubt about it. He's certainly given Newtown a go on the penalties. The penalties now are 5-2 in favour of Newtown.
Well, mate, we've always said if you play within the rules, the fortune will favour the brave.
Oh, geez, you're biased. There's no doubt about it.
Terry Page running around the ring trying to lay off money here and there. There is no ring, Terry. There is no ring. This is the football.
What's he doing tic-tacking there, John?
He's trying to sell Arthur Beach and his watch. It's ridiculous the way guys panic. It's only a game of football. Here it is, 15 yards out. Blacklock to Redonicus, the wall, the dummy, and the reverse overhead ploy by Phil Gould. Facing one way and kicking the other, picked up by Newtown. 6 tackles, says Hartley. They're 1 yard out from the Newtown line. It goes out now, plays through his legs. Oh, they could have been on. No, knocked back, says referee Hartley.
Another 6 to go too, John.
Another 6. Phil Gould was facing his other line when he did that up and under. It goes now to, O'Grady almost knocks on. He busts through a tackle. He busts through another one. He will score. He's over. O'Grady scored the try for Newtown. That was a beautiful bit of football by O'Grady, but shocking tackling by Parramatta, was it not?
Well, John, truly, like the way O'Grady moved, you see he moved off his left foot, then to his right foot, used the fend himself and was able to sort of get over that line and throw himself in it. What a magnificent try by Graham O'Grady. Well rewarded. The kid's been trying.
He ran through how many tackles would you say then?
Well, he must have ran through around about 3 or 4 tackles. Mate, and believe me, he also ran past Kevin Stevens, who has got a dislocated elbow, by the way, and Kevin couldn't use his weight or his hands to grab hold and make the tackle himself.
I tell you what, the kick for conversion too. If Paul Morris is ever near to go, and remember he has an 81.9% success rate, both with Newtown reserve grade and with Balmain Flegg last year, and that's the highest in grade, including Kenny Wilson and Mick Cronin.
Look at those blue flags up there in the hill, John.
Yes,
the crowd's gone ecstatic about it.
There's 3 over there.
3 over there.
There's another 2 over there in the Sheridan stand.
And there's no sound here from the Parramatta people themselves. Even Terry Page.
Look at Terry
Page has gone to the toilet, he said.
It's only a game, Terry. He's missed it. Oh. Why did I bother making up that 81.9% success rate stuff?
Should have made it 100%, John. You should make it 100%. Give him a bit of confidence. There's no doubt about that.
3-0. I would have been a lot happier if it was... it wasn't Kenny Wilson you got to, Terry, was it? You got me off the track. Kick-off now. It's 3-0. Terry Page really enjoying this game.
We haven't seen Graham O'Grady all game. There he come. Popped out of the ground, he did.
Kick back now to a very long one to Ziggy. Ziggy's having a lot of trouble picking that up. He runs back infield now. He's through 1 tackle. He's through 2 tackles. He's through 3 tackles before they finally take him 15 yards out from the line. It looks like a very young, vigorous Newtown team against, to me, Johnny, a tired, older Parramatta team. That's the first impressions. I'm trying to be unbiased.
That try definitely inspired Newtown. Look at the way they're running.
Look at them running. Look at Blythe go, mate.
God, look at that.
Blythe said, "Who's this Ray Price?" and shouldered him off, but Price said, "Who's this Blythe?" and knocked him over. Redonicus reversed it to O'Grady. O'Grady flicks it back now to Zigsworth. Zigsworth starts to set up Blacklock, and he does. Blacklock's got a foot to move. Hilditch across in cover. They still haven't got Blacklock. He's looking for Ferguson. Where was Johnny Ferguson? He's on his wing. That's a new move by Newtown. Blacklock plays it back now. Ball goes to Jensen. Jensen runs into Stephen Edge. Stephen Edge says, "Mate, you're not going through here." They say hello to one another. O'Grady throws it back now to Phil Gould. Phil Gould dummies, taken again by Ray Price. It was a head-high tackle by Price. I reckon Price would have done now 15 or 20 tackles already.
Most certainly. Notice Newtown's not.
They should take him off now, replace him, I think, with a younger player.
Yeah, they've got no good young players there. They've all played.
Redonicus a defensive feed, cuts out, goes to Morris. Morris to Ryan. Ryan dummies up the centre. Tell you what, not once has Cronin been able to put over Ryan and Hetherington, which is a great credit to those young players. Here's Redonicus' first run, straight through the Parramatta forwards. He did go through every one of them. Mick Cronin took him. He plays it back now to Craig Ellis. Craig Ellis runs into Cronin and the Bear, and he's wrestled to the ground. Bubba Riley, I think, wishing he was in the saloon bar of some hotel, more befitting his age. It goes back to Jensen. Jensen to Gould. Gould dummies. Steve Edge doesn't take any notice of the dummy, nor does Ron Hilditch. Barry Jensen, a dummy half now. He throws it back to Tommy Redonicus. Tommy dummies and then back to O'Grady. O'Grady, who steps, still gets it away to Gould, but it's a knock-on. Quite rightly so.
John, you might notice Newtown's not kicking too much. They're running against the wind now. This might be a good omen.
Well, this win must be worth it. Well, we've seen in the other games, other teams have scored 10 points running with the wind. Parramatta, on the other hand, have scored no points running with the wind.
I think this might be a ploy for Kenny Wilson later on in the second half.
Sterling wins the ball, he gives it to Price, and Price is out in the open with no one to beat. He's only got cover to beat. Morris gets him, and out in the open, and he's thrown away, and Parramatta will level here. He must score, and he does. Yes, Eller has scored in the corner. That was Ray Price's try, wasn't it?
Oh, Mr. Emotion, the day you can't. He keeps getting up and getting up and getting up. The more you knock him down, the more you keep getting up.
Chase the ball. A beautiful try there, made by Ray Price. He then threw it out to Eller, who was backing up. We had no cover defence whatsoever. Well, that's put a different complexion on an otherwise enjoyable game.
Well, it just goes to show you, John, the Newtown scrum base there was caught lacking, and Price was able to pick the gap with them.
Well, where was your ever-loving O'Grady's cover defence there? Where was Philip Sigsworth, Johnny?
I think that O'Grady, when he broke from the scrum, Price made the extra man from the scrum, John, and this enabled him to make the break and give it to Brett Kenny to go over score.
Paul Morris, mate, who caught Ray Price. He's down injured at the moment. He doesn't look too well either. Les Motto helping him to his feet.
John, Newtown are getting a shocking bashing in the scrums. I don't know what they're going to do about it. I suppose Warren Ryan's pondering down there, scratching his head. Now, what will I do? Who will I put on next? How am I going to win this ball? Because it's most vital. 5 scrums to 2 in favour of Parramatta, John. That's 30 tackles if they held the ball for that period of time. And that's a lot of times to hold the ball. You can't tackle all day. You need that ball to attack. And you let Parramatta loose. Believe me, you saw what this did happen. Yeah, Morris
that was beautiful backing up. I called Brett Kenny Steve Ella too, didn't I?
You did call Brett Kenny Steve
No, they look the same, those Parramatta players. Huh?
We all know you muck things up occasionally, you know. That we'll forgive you for this time, mate.
Frank Hyde taught me how to do it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Mick Cronin, let's see how the SCG curse affects Mick Cronin today. The kick couldn't be more difficult.
And, John,
right. And Paul Morris is coming off the field at the moment, whether it's for treatment or permanently.
I think he's
talking to Dr. Jeff Arthey.
I think it's something to do with his hand, John. He's
talking to the club doctor. Jeff Arthey's looking at his hand. No, he's just come over for taping, Johnny. Just getting some tape on his hand. Cronin going back, the SCG curse ringing in his mind. He'd probably put it out of his mind as far as he could.
John, I bet you hope he misses this goal.
I'm a good sportsman, mate. I hope he misses it by a mile. I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful looking kick too. Beautiful looking kick. And it's straight between the posts.
What a kick.
Right from the sideline.
Terry Page, please get off the floor. Look at him, John. Oh, God.
Paul Morris has missed one 5 yards off centre when Graham O'Grady scores. And then we have Mick Cronin kick one from the sideline, and so lays to death forever the SCG curse. And so brings back to life Terence Page. 4 miles to kick off now. Parramatta leading 5 points to 3 after 15 minutes in the first half. The kick goes long and deep, goes back to Sterling. Sterling takes back to Mackenzie, who runs into the Newtown forwards of Ellis and Jensen. Now it's with Sterling. Sterling dummies and runs towards the sideline. He's taken again by Blacklock, Jensen, a whole pack of Newtown forwards there. Goes to edge, dummies to O'Reilly, barges straight through, had no intention of getting anywhere and didn't get anywhere. Plays it back to Sterling. Sterling now gives it to Hilditch, and Hilditch runs hard and it's taken by Tommy Redonicus and Mick Pittman. He plays it back now to Steve Edge. Steve Edge throws the ball now to Bob O'Reilly. Bob O'Reilly, the clash of the Giants. He ran into Barry Jensen flat out. They both went back sitting on their side. A bit of a smile from both. A flick from Edge. And now it's up in the air and it goes back to winger Blacklock. Blacklock now taken well by Parramatta. They're just inside the halfway line. Gould takes it from dummy half, crashes up towards halfway. They're about 5 yards inside their own territory, Newtown at this stage. Plays it back now. Out it goes at dummy. They're not getting anywhere Newtown at the moment. They're still 5 yards out from the halfway line. Phil Sigsworth says, come on, let's do something about that. I'll go dummy half. He dummies and then he throws it out to Tommy Redonicus. Tommy back inside to Blythe, who dummies. Not a great exponent of the dummy, Stephen Blythe. And 4 Parramatta players failed to fall for it. Out now to Jensen. Jensen crashes up over the halfway line, which won't do as much good. It just means a disadvantaged feed unless we kick for the line here. It goes back to Sigsworth, and Sigsworth kicks, and it's knocked down by a Parramatta player. And a scrum inside the Newtown territory, which will mean, as usual, a defensive feed to Newtown and a scrum win to Newtown.
John, only for that one blemish up there where Grady scored the try. Parramatta are tackling very powerful at the present moment. A Newtown ball.
Well, mate, every defensive scrum has been a defensive win. It goes from Redonicus. Mick Ryan taken beautifully. Gee, he can tackle, can't he? That Kenny. Morris palms off Sterling, but he doesn't.
He just fell that up here,
He did
John.
not palm off Ronnie Hilditch. Redonicus runs. He runs straight into as many Parramatta players as you can see. Takes them with him, and he gets up a bit slowly to his feet too after running into Stephen Edge. Very slowly to his feet. Phil Gould runs hard. Hilditch almost tried to take his head off. Missed. Pittman takes it from dummy half and runs, and he's grabbed by Ray Price. That's 6, says referee Hartley. Will have a scrum. That'll be a defensive feed, Chook, and I bet it's another Parramatta win.
Well, there's no doubt about Ray Price not being fit, John. That wrestler must have done in the world a good, unfortunately.
Yeah. Referee Hartley says, you don't feed the ball on the second row, Peter Sterling. I'd like to learn, and so he's given a free kick. How do you feel now? Let's have a talk to Terry Page and see how his nerves are standing up before we cross back to Arthur Beetson for perhaps slightly less biased view of the game. Terry Page, how do you feel, mate? You're leading 5-3. Your $250,000 is looking slightly less shaky. The game now 20 yards out from the Parramatta line. Terry, how does it feel? You enjoying the game?
Well, it's all right so far. I'm a bit disappointed in seeing Newtown getting all the penalties all the time now, but it makes it a bit harder for Parramatta, doesn't it?
Well, you're getting all the scrums, mate, so it sort of levels itself out.
Yeah, but I drive in front and behind, I know that.
And now it goes out to Ellis, mate. Ellis running hard. They're about 10 yards out from the Newtown line. He doesn't make any ground whatsoever. Jensen a dummy half. Redonicus calling for the ball. Redonicus runs wide, straightens. It's just a steadier. O'Grady's called to play here. He runs wide to the blind. Dummies out to Pittman. Pittman looking for Gould. He finds Gould. Back to O'Grady. Back this side to Ellis. Ellis fumbles. He has to take it and go himself. It was to go to Ryan and out the back line, but Ellis fumbled it momentarily. Couldn't get it out to Ryan. Now it's out to Gould again. Gould out to Hetherington. Hetherington is not held, and he'll score. He'll score. Yes, Hetherington has scored a try in the corner, and that guy's got so much guts, he'll go on to play for Australia, Hetherington. There's no doubt about that. He ran across field. He looked inside for someone to support him. He thought, there's no one to support me. I'll go myself.
Great try, yes.
It was a great try. Terry, if we just hand it over to Arthur Beechan. Arthur, I don't know whether you saw that try or not. Brian Hetherington ran across field. The box we have here at 2KY, the viewing angles are not crash hole unless you're right at the front window. Did you see Hetherington crash over for that?
I didn't see the score, but Phil Gould put him through the short pass. That's the last I've seen, except you jump up and down.
Well, I didn't mean to jump up and down, Arthur. Maybe, Chook, if you saw the try, you could comment on that, because you know how biased I'm against Brian Hetherington. The man you said, Johnny, he said, you might be a mate of yours, that Brian Hetherington, but he's really, you said, he hasn't got the determination for a good first-grade footballer. Well, that was a half-hearted try of Hetherington.
No, the half-hearted try, that's one of the best tries I've seen, John. He just pushed the Parramatta forwards around. They didn't seem to be there.
But what
he just forced his way in.
What about that little pass?
What a terrific pass. Now, Gill's going to cause Parramatta a lot of trouble.
Right over that other side of the field. Suddenly he's over here.
A bunch of tries, mate. They keep chasing the ball all the time. They can't lose. Now, I just can't understand how Parramatta... Yes, I can understand why Parramatta didn't go. I won't take anything off Brian Hetherington because he was
Here's
such a
the
powerful
kick, mate, and it looks a lot better, but it's still going to be wide of the post and short. And Paul Morris will be thinking, and I tell you who else will be thinking, that'll be Warren Ryan thinking, in the second half with the wind with us. We can't afford to be missing shots at goal like this.
Four vital points, John.
Four vital points. Two of them would have been very lucky to get right from the side, and the other two we should definitely have had. Newtown now leading 6-5. And an easy Kenny Wilson goal away from 8-5.
Gee, they were just going well, Parramatta. They were starting to hit hard in tackles, and they came up with that. It's amazing, how a game can change.
How do you feel about it, Arthur? You still think Parramatta's in there with a rough chance?
I still think we're going to win it.
Doesn't seem to be your day, though, mate, does it? You thought they'd win the other two as well?
Never mind. Hello.
No, it just bounced off his body, mate. As you know, that's not a knock-on.
I thought it was a shoulder. It's okay.
It's okay, thank you, Arthur.
They've got them pinned down here. We'll keep them down here. No silly penalties. Keep them pinned inside the 22.
They can't hear you, Arthur.
Oh, yes, they can.
Arthur Beetson, captain coaching Parramatta here from the 2K Wireless broadcast stand.
Riley's got him.
Back to Jensen. Jensen to young Tommy Redonicus. Redonicus to Morris. Morris steps and he's beaten three. Ooh. But he doesn't beat Kevin Stevens. If they run straight at Kevin, he can get him. If they sidestep him, he can't. Jensen out to Gould. Gould, the man who, that beautiful ball to Hetherington for that try. That determination in Brian Hetherington's try. Then you watch that tonight again on TV. Watch it again and again and again. Phil Gould is down. Mate. Phil Gould.
Like it. He's their ball player too. He's causing Parramatta quite a lot of worries.
Yes, mate. He's had a number of pain-killing injections for dislocated ribs. Truly. And I think in some of those scrums earlier on, some of those Parramatta players were just seeing if he'd lost any weight.
No, that's all right, yeah.
And I think they might have hurt his ribs. He's only a young fella too. He's about 18.
No, he's always been a fine ball player, Phil, but he's come to the fore this year, and he's...
well, mate, he was captain of Parramatta at 19, at Penrith, captain of Penrith at 20, and at 22 they said, mate, you're over the hill.
Well, that's something you can't understand. He did have problems there with his eye for a while. I think he
had like 2 retina operations, yeah.
But he's certainly a fine player, and it'd be a tragedy for probably Newtown if they did lose him at this stage.
Well, he's going to play the ball now.
I'm sure he's going to get a lot more treatment.
Jensen. I don't think they would, mate. They're a sporting mob, surely, Parramatta. What would you do, mate, if you're out there and you knew the Phil Gould's ribs? You heard rumours about him.
Entitled to give him a tickle up, aren't you?
Well, it's against the rules, mate. You know, Jack always says the rules of the game must be adhered to.
Oh, blokes like Ronnie Hilditch, you won't want to be going straight into Ronnie too often, I don't think.
Do you think Ronnie Hilditch sometimes might turn a blind ear to what Jack has to say?
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying he plays it above board.
I tell you what, mate, Newtown won the ball and Peter Sterling got it. Sterling plays it back to Price. Oh. Doesn't that little 5'8" realise it's dangerous in there? Who does he think he is running through there? Plays it back to Hilditch. Hilditch to Kevin Stevens. Kevins knocks one off. However, knocks himself backwards in so doing.
They're creeping inside the 5. Newtown.
O'Reilly. That's details, mate. We're here to watch a game of football, not to discuss technicalities. Out to Hilditch, mate. Gee, that Hilditch runs hard, doesn't he?
He's certainly a fine player, Ronnie. I think Parra will go in here, Terry.
And it's between his legs to Sterling. Sterling to O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Cronin. Cronin, a quick ball. But O'Grady's across in colour and over. Oh, mate. I tell you what, he had Ella and he had Atkins right outside him. And Ferguson was inside looking after that other man. If O'Grady hadn't got across there, what do you reckon?
It was try time.
It was try time, but they missed their opportunities as they have done all day. So it's a scrum, and I tell you what, they won a defensive scrum, Parramatta too. Good hooking by Stephen Edge. What does that take the scrum count to, Jay Raper?
7 scrums to 3 in favour of
7-3 in favour of Parramatta. As Price runs from dummy half. Price, who made the try earlier on for Brett Kenny, and a beautiful, he's been playing superbly, Price, today, with fire, enthusiasm, vigour and brains. Back to Mackenzie. Mackenzie dummies and goes. He's getting a bit of homework, Raymond, isn't he?
He's getting a bit of a massage there, Ray Price from Gould.
Oh, well, relaxing massage, mate. Price dummies. He does dummy too. He likes to, doesn't he? Runs slowly, then sidestep and go himself. Newtown very slow to get off. Price very slow to get up also. Hilditch to Sterling. Sterling cuts out a man out to Cronin. Cronin just stands up strong as beats and in a tackle. And it goes out wide to Growth. Growth's only got Blacklock to beat. Back inside. And they lost the ball. Gee, Arthur.
Try time again too.
Mate,
good cover defence of O'Grady again. He's out of there.
Oh, mate, that O'Grady.
It remind me of Johnny Raper.
Yeah, mate.
On his good day.
Yeah, with his hair. Only one time O'Grady wasn't there in cover defence, Arthur, and that was try time for Parramatta.
Yeah.
How many try times, mate, can you throw away like that, though? That was 2. They've thrown away in 5. In Grand Final day, mate, how many more chances can you throw away like that?
Oh, this is it. Hello, there's a good push there from Parra. Might be try.
And Zigsworth has to try and run out from behind his own line, but he can't do so. Gee, that was a powerful push, wasn't it?
It certainly was. It was good defence by Parramatta too to hold him in goal.
Is that a sign the Parra forwards are starting to get all over our fellas, mate?
Well, I think they're starting to slow down, Newtown.
Arthur, there are Newtown listeners as well, mate. We have to give an unbiased, objective view of the Grand Final.
The youthful Bob O'Reilly starting to come into his own now.
Okay, Arthur. He's the only one whose name you remember. Goes back to Stevens. Stevens stumbled and fell. Goes back now to... Oh, mate, Atkins just pushed off Tommy Radonicus as though he wasn't there. He's taken, though, by Mick Pittman and Paul Morris. Plays it back now. Plays it back to Ella. Ella out to Sterling. O'Reilly at Cronin, a short ball. Cronin looks to unload. And he doesn't. Unloads up beautifully to Ellis. Ellis from Newtown. Good on you, Craigie Ellis. Chartered accountant with Pete Marwick and Mitchell and still playing in the front row. Shows you haven't got to be brainy to be an accountant. Up to Pittman. Pittman runs very hard into Stephen Edge. He does a little bit of work for a hooker too.
No, he's certainly a good defensive player, Stephen Edge.
Back to Jensen. Radonicus. Morris. Cuts out Mick Ryan and gives it to Zigsworth. Zigsworth the short ball to Ryan. Ryan taken beautifully by Michael Cronin. Plays it back to Ferguson. Chicker runs himself from dummy half. You haven't given me the ball all day. I'll take it myself to Blacklock. He knocks it to Radonicus. They've knocked on. And they've given the ball back to Bobby O'Reilly. Out to Stephen Edge. To Ray Price. They're only 25 yards out from the Newtown line. Parramatta back in possession. They've got 5 tackles to go too. Try time again, Arthur.
Well, they're certainly putting a bit of pressure on them.
Goes out Stumpy Stevens. That's a loss of a ball. Stumpy Stevens ran around. Didn't look for support. It didn't matter because there wasn't any. Get off the man with the ball, Barry Jensen.
There's
Good
2 points
God.
for Mick.
Right in front of the post. Barry Jensen, I don't know whether did Kevin Greg Hartley then or was...
No, he tried to get up and play the ball quick and he wasn't allowed to play the ball.
Well, mate, I'll tell you what, Warren Ryan will be
so.
not very happy with Barry Jensen about that. 6-5, 2 tries to 1.
Well, you're going to get unbearable as the time goes on.
Or one of us will, Arthur.
That's right.
Seems a pity, though, mate, that a game can be won or lost on penalties.
Well, it's a silly way. They should know better, shouldn't they, to give away penalties?
He hasn't kicked this one, mate. He might think, I can do the hard ones, but can I do the easy ones? Remember that one in front?
I'll even have a bet on this.
Hey?
I'll even have a bet on this.
If you get 50s, I'll take a bet. But it's 50 to 1 on and a straight between the posts by Mick Cronin. A silly mistake by Barry Jensen, not letting him get up to play the ball. They had 4 tackles to go. There were no panic stations. There was no need for it whatsoever. Quite rightly, a Hartley penalty has put Parramatta in front 7 points to 6. And there's, 4 minutes to go before half-time. Grand Final day at the SCG. Paul Morris will kick off. 3 or 4 minutes to go. It's a very even game, though, Arthur, isn't it?
Right, it certainly is. I think everyone expected to be, not more than 3 or 4 points.
But this wind, Arthur, in the second half, the ball's...
Well, he's got an interesting situation. He might have to bring Kenny Wilson on. I don't know. But Tommy's really certainly playing well out there, so he's got a hard decision.
What would you do, Arthur?
I'll sit up here and cheer for Parramatta.
Ball's played by Stevens now. Stevens out to edge. Here's to Sterling, O'Reilly to Cronin. Cronin's broken him and he passes back inside too. What's he doing over there, mate? He's supposed to be on his wing.
Oh, he's starting to find a few holes, a few chinks there. It's dangerous.
O'Reilly to Hilditch. Hilditch lucky to hold on to that. He's taken by Ellis and by Morris. How the game changes. An intercept by Ellis. A mistake by Newtown. And next thing, bang. Penalty in front of the post. Taken there by Steve Blythe. Don't lean on him, Steve. You know what the rules are. Back it goes now. Who's that kick? Was that McKenzie?
Yeah,
McKenzie kicks a bomb. Doesn't as goes up. It goes straight to Michael Ryan. Straight to ground. Safe as houses. Michael Ryan plays it back now to Sigsworth. Sigsworth tries to break the line. He's taken well by Hilditch and O'Reilly. O'Reilly's not actually a passenger today, Arthur.
No, he's playing very well. He's some of his defence is quite outstanding. He's coming over the top very hard. He's putting in a bit of stick over the top.
O'Grady for once doesn't get through. Gould runs from dummy half. Doesn't dummy this time. He just changes speed, which goes from running to stopping. Plays ball back now to Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan runs himself from dummy half. Obviously Newtown have decided this score will do then for half time. There's only a couple of minutes to go and it doesn't look like they're going to try anything. Ray Blacklock again from dummy half to Ziggy. Goes to kick to the line. Then he decides he'll have a run. And he's down that line. He's got Blacklock with him. But he's taken well. He's taken about 30 yards out from the Newtown line.
Pricey's starting to limp a little bit too. I think he'll be happy to see half time.
Yeah, about time they took him off. I think, mate, he's done his job. You don't want him out there.
He's done some work, hasn't he?
Oh, mate, he's done 3 games work already, that fella.
Another Parra ball.
And there's half time. Parra still got the ball. It's still alive. Still alive as it goes out now, says referee Hartley. Tell you, he just went to ground.
Yeah,
he went to ground as though his muscle had gone.
That's it. He must have pulled a muscle or something.
McKenzie.
Yeah. Stopped like someone had shot him.
No, mate, he's walking off all right. No. He obviously just doesn't like going to ground with a lot of vigour. Well, at half time here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and Parramatta 7, Newtown 6. The game started in spectacular fashion with O'Grady going through the Parramatta forwards really as if they weren't there and scoring about 5 yards to the right of the post for an easy conversion by Paul Morris, who missed. That made it 3-0. Then we saw a beautiful break by Ray Price. He ran. How far would he have gone, Arthur?
The break was just outside his own quarter, and he unloaded probably on Newtown's quarter. So
the only cover we had was Paul Morris, the 5'8". For once in his life, O'Grady wasn't there. For once in their lives, neither Ferguson or Blacklock were coming across. Ziggy wasn't there either, and 5'8" Kenny was untroubled to score in the far corner. Mick Cronin showed that the SCG nerves have left him, unfortunately for good, by converting, which made it 5-3. And then we saw a beautiful move by Gould in the right-hand corner. It didn't come off. The next thing we saw Gould throw a short ball to beautiful pass to Hetherington on this corner. And Brian Hetherington just powered his way over. A try that shouldn't have been scored. He had so many defenders under him and over him. He still went over in the corner. Paul Morris failed to convert. Newtown led 6-5. Then with about 5 minutes to go before half-time, Parramatta attacking. Kevin Stevens ran into Barry Jensen. Jensen didn't let him get up, and he really laid on him for about best part of an hour and a half. And Greg Hartley said, well, that's 2 points to Mick Cronin, and Mick Cronin duly obliged. And so at half-time, 7-6. Arthur Beetson, how do you see it?
It looks like this stage they're going to rue probably some of those missed kicks by Paul Morris. There was a simple kick here from the first try, but the second conversion attempt was a hard one. But there's only 1 point into the stage. He's got an interesting decision to make here, whether to bring on Wilson because of the wind. They've got the wind the second half, but they're sticking to their guns.
On the ground, Arthur, that the papers aren't flying around quite as madly as they were. Do you think maybe the wind's dropping?
Well, you have a look over there at the trees over there. It's still pretty severe out there. It's still pretty intense, but he's got a...
Well, if you were coach, mate, rather than ducking them all, if you were coaching Newtown...
Well, it's not only his kicking game, it's his goal kicks too. So, as I said, he's missed 2. Well, one was a real easy kick, a give me, and he should have put it over. Well, maybe, I'm not saying take Morris off, but this is the decision as to not to whether to bring him on, who to take off.
Well, who would you take off?
Well, I don't know.
Arthur Beetson, thanks very much for those incisive comments. Johnny Raper, well, mate, what about it, mate, if you're in Jack Gibson's position? Any changes to the Parramatta team? Kevin Stevens seems to be doing his share of hard work.
He's certainly tackling well. The only thing is I didn't think they kicked enough in that game. They didn't use the wind to any advantage at all. So, they've got beaten in their lower grades. Who are they going to bring on out of there? I don't know whether he's got fresh reserves.
One fresh reserve, Stephen Sharp, the second rower.
Well, maybe he might bring Stephen Sharp on for Kevin Stevens. Maybe we could see that. But
well, let's see what Johnny Raper has to say at half-time. You still think Parramatta's got a chance, though, Arthur? Always. Well, Johnny Raper's been watching the game with a lot less blue and gold eyes than Arthur Beetson. It's very hard for me to remain impartial here with biased callers such as that. Jay Raper, you watched every minute. I've noticed you've taken a hell of a lot of notes there. How do you see the game?
Well, John, there's nothing in this game at all. I see this game as a very defensive game, and I think that Warren Ryan will have to make the biggest decision of his life, because he's got to decide whether he's going to bring a kicker onto the field or leave Paul Morris on there, because the kid himself has done nothing wrong. John, he's been making plenty of breaks from the 5'8" position. He's held his own against Brett Kenny, except for that blemish, and that was only called because Ray Price made the extra man. They've kept in the game Parramatta just by their goal kicking, and Newtown took a step backwards, and I feel that in this half, Warren Ryan will have to make the biggest decision in his life. As I said before, will he take off Morris, who has done nothing wrong, bar missed 2 goals, or will he bring on that prolific goal kicker and tactical kicker, Kenny Wilson? Just about the two teams, John. I don't know how Ray Price stands up. I think the man just must train about 9 or 10 hours a day. He's had a magnificent game, there's no doubt about that. Everyone on the Newtown side's had an excellent game. I'm terribly worried, John, believe me, because about young Ferguson now. When Parramatta is attacking the line on the hillside over there, Newtown seem to be very thin in the ranks as far as backs are concerned. And this has been proven by Eric Grove, who has had quite a few breaks on the left-hand side of the field. And,
John, Barry Wood has just been into the dressing room speaking with Warren Ryan and the guys.
Okay,
and you can speak live to Barry if you like now. Okay, Barry, over to you, mate.
Yes, mate, I've just been into the room. Warren has told Newtown to keep the ball out wide, control it more, and not to play Parramatta up the centre. Clear balance is okay at the moment.
Are there going to be any changes, mate?
Not as of yet, mate. There's no mention of Kenny coming on yet, but I can say within 10 minutes you'll probably see him coming out. As soon as I get any idea when he does come onto the field or any other replacement, I'll let you know, mate.
Are there any injuries down there, Barry?
Hey, mate, everybody's okay. Paul Morris is okay, and they're jumping out of their skin.
Oh, that's a ripper, isn't it,
How do you think it's going to go, Barry?
Mate, I'm of the opinion that if they do as they're told, not play Parramatta in the middle of the field, up the centre of the ruck, spread it out wide, I'm sure their flank men will go over for tries, just as you've seen Brian Hetherington do.
Don't play it up the middle, play it out wide, and for God's sake, use that wind.
Mate, you'll probably see Kenny come on, and I think it's going to be in his advantage, the wind. It's hard to say with the flags going every way, but it looks from down here that the wind is going to favour Newtown.
Okay, mate, so they're jumping out of their skins. What about the Parramatta dressing room?
The door's locked, mate.
The door is locked.
Only typical, isn't it? Hey, John, look, you've seen all those.
They may not come out for the second half. With the Ray Blacklock right in the half line. Hetherington, look at him. Jesse, he runs hard, doesn't he? Hetherington takes the ball, plays the ball back to Jensen. Jensen out to Zigsworth. Zigsworth kicks for the line, and he's out in the full, and the ball goes back, and unfortunately, however, is just inside the Parramatta territory, which means it'll be a Parramatta feed and inevitably another Parramatta scrum win. That rule has to go. Like the attacking, surely to God, the attacking side should be given the advantage.
Yeah, we'll see now whether Warren Ryan's changed his tactics in the scrums, John. We're not going too well.
Win the scrums instead of lose. That's
right.
Gee, that's fantastic instruction. We'd like you to go and score 3 tries. And there it is, another defensive scrum win to Parramatta. And, says referee Greg Hartley, and rightly so. Hands in the scrum, he says. Stephen Edge, you've been playing long enough to know that's not right. Give these Newtown boys a fair go, he says. And Phil Gould will kick for line. Look at the size of Phil Gould's big white legs, mate.
I wonder what Jack will say. 7 penalties to 3 in favour of Newtown.
Jack Gibson. I don't know, mate. This could sway him against Greg Hartley, in the future.
Well, the game's over when the final whistle goes, as far as we're concerned.
Not as far as Parramatta's concerned, mate. On it goes to Blythe. Blythe barges up onto the 22-yard line, and he is held. Actually, Greg Hartley's had a very, a non-controversial game so far. Ellis straining for the extra bit back to Jensen. Jensen dummies to run. That's the first time we've seen Jensen do that. He normally averages about 73 dummies and runs from dummy half per game.
There's something on out there in the back line, John.
Back to Ellis, it goes to Rodonicus. Rodonicus to O'Grady. O'Grady back to Rodonicus, back on the blind side, quickly to Ryan. Ryan to Zigsworth, but the tackle was high, and Stephen Edge said, I saw that coming, and bang Zigsworth to the ground. He plays it back now to Mick Ryan, still on the 25-yard line. Rodonicus cuts out O'Grady to Hetherington, up on the 25-yard line now. Hetherington plays it back to Rodonicus at dummy half. Rodonicus looking around, he switches it out now to Gould. Gould a bomb.
Oh, top bomb
Gould
too.
A bomb, and it's a ripper. It's about 5 yards out from the line. McKenzie jumps and McKenzie misses it. But it's loose all over the place. I don't see whose ball it is. Unless it's a Newtown ball, it will be a knock on, and it was. Well, that's the first time Newtown have put McKenzie under pressure, and he certainly was under pressure, and he certainly was found wanting.
And we will see plenty of that bomb from Newtown. You can bet your sweet life, John.
You notice when Tommy moves to dummy half, mate, it means he wants to do that much work that Warren couldn't dare take him off. Tommy wants another try and hit a couple of quick tries. He wants to finish this grand final victorious and on the field. A defensive feed. Tommy's got it.
Oh, he's in.
Tommy
He's in, John.
Rodonicus is over. He's won it.
Oh, you little ripper. Oh, good on you, Tommy, baby.
Threw the ball into the second row, Sterling. Jensen put his feet right under the scrum, scraped it back to Rodonicus, who went the blind side, ran himself, and he's dived over from Rodonicus. Wants to win this grand final so badly that he scored a try. How can they take him off?
You can't take him off, John.
Bring Wilson on now, for heaven's sake. Get Morris off now.
You can't do that. You just can't do that, John. There are rules to be made. You can't break rules. Fair dinkum. You can't make the rules. You're trying to make the rules down. I'm not joking. I'll talk to you the way I want to talk to you.
Mr. Goal in front.
Well, that's...
It's the team that takes the field. It's the team that will not yield. Will they see the crowd they're roaring? Flags and dancing through the storm. Newtown is coming. Here's the Blue Bags coming. Newtown. Newtown is flying. There'll be no denying. Newtown.
Look at it.
Oh,
he's the best goal kicker the club's ever seen.
I said 100%.
I tell you, why anyone doubts this kid, he's got nerves of steel.
Well,
there's many people who say, take him off, put Wilson on. I say to them, where's your loyalty?
You just said, what did you say before? You said, get him off and get Wilson back on. You're contradicting yourself now. You did say that. We'll get a pre-recording. I know what you said.
I would never replace Paulie Morris. 89.3% success rate. Mick Cronin. And this game now in Newtown's bag. 11-7. It's almost full time. 35 minutes to go. Oh, Terry Page, I hope you feel as bad as I do. Must feel worse. Sigsworth plays to O'Grady. O'Grady throws it to no one. Gould picks it up, tries to palm off, and you were right, there's Stevens and O'Reilly say to Phil Gould, no good dumbing and running at us, fella. You'll only get hurt that way. Can't knock his teeth out, he has done. There's Graham O'Grady. Graham O'Grady playing a wonderful game. Plays it back to Rodonicus. Rodonicus, the try-scoring machine. Young Tommy runs, and he dummies and flicks. And Mick Ryan runs hard into Peter Sterling over the top. And Kevin Stevens underneath. And you're right, Kevin Stevens is working. There goes Rodonicus again from dummy half. How can you take me off, Warren Ryan, he says, with another 5-yard burst. Barry Jensen at dummy half. Phil Gould kicks. The kick goes up in the air. Reggie, they're going to try this McKenzie out. He's taken it beautifully this time. He steps well, and he's taken it. He passes it out now wide out to, who's that, Johnny? That's to Muggleton. What's Muggleton doing back there? Muggleton should be in the forwards. Silly place for the boy to be. We could have scored.
What about Ellis chasing him across the field? Even one's going to let him run through him.
Parramatta, I don't like it when they got the ball. I'm not as so fluid with the description. One Parramatta player plays it to another. Stephen Edge has the ball now. Plays it back to Edge. Edge to Sterling. Sterling out, straight out now to Ronnie Hilditch. Ronnie Hilditch taken by Ellis and by Stephen Blythe underneath. Back to Edge now. Edge to Sterling. Sterling straight out to O'Reilly, standing out in the centres. He dummies, and he's through. He's looking around for support, and he lost the ball. Lost the ball, and they said, says Greg Hartley, who's now refereeing badly again. He's saying to young Paul Morris, 14-year-old kid, he's saying you threw an elbow at that vicious young Bobby O'Reilly.
I'm going to back this kick out, Artie. You still want to have that back, Artie? Like, he won't kick this for sure. No, Artie, kick it against the win.
It's against the win. It's from 35 yards out.
Got $2 a guy. No, we can't bet in the radio.
It'd be a 50-50 bet, wouldn't it, even for Mick Cronin?
Yeah, with the breeds against him, John, it would be a 50-50 bet. There's no doubt about that.
Newtown leading 11-7. Newtown 3 tries, Parramatta 1 try. And that's about the name of the game, 3-1. But unfortunately, this barrage of penalties against Newtown, every one of them, this is virtually in front, 35 yards out, 20 minutes to the side of the post. Cronin moves in nervously. Oh, he's not happy. He's going to place it again. Time off, Greg Hartley, please. Thank you, Greg.
And listen, what barrage of penalties you talking about? Newtown's got the penalty 7-4.
We're in front. Time back on.
Newtown's got the penalty 7-4, so don't start being so biased.
It's a penalty in front of the post compared to a penalty down the other end of the field.
Fair dinkum. You've got to give Parramatta a bit of go, John. Like, you know.
You've sold one tyre too many, mate, if you want my opinion.
Actually, look, you don't know I do. You can discount.
We're not going to have any experts here at all, I tell you. You're ruining the game for me. Mick Cronin moves in. Oh, God, what a dreadful kick. It's
a beauty.
Oh, it's a ripper. Oh. Yes, it was high enough and it was crooked as anything. Good on you, Mick. Oh, he's a wonderful sportsman, Michael Cronin. We had a great night last night. We were drinking and smoking. We had these birds. We were dancing. I said this could affect your goal king. Phil Gould drop kicks back and it's beautifully taken there. You're running up to the halfway line.
Bugden.
Is Bugden warming up? O'Reilly back. Oh, O'Reilly to Muggleton. Muggleton's had very few runs this game, particularly as it was Atkins. Atkins out now to Muggleton. Muggleton to Sterling. Back to Muggleton. Muggleton gives it to Kenny, and he is hammered, but he still gets his pass away beautifully here to Ella. Ella throws a long one out to the wing, and I tell you that's a beautiful pass too, because it missed the winger entirely and almost hit the Channel 7 cameraman.
By gee, John.
Parramatta are panicking here, mate.
They are panicking, there's no doubt about that. That was a shocking pass for an international player to do anyhow.
Who was that, mate?
That was
Tommy Redonicus,
Michael Cronin.
Well, mate, I think he could see that he was going to get hammered by Hetherington. He had no choice but to take the risk with the long one. If it had been about an inch shorter, actually, it would have been a junior's pass, wouldn't it?
I was surprised Jack didn't have a player on the side over the sideline catching that.
Yeah, and look, there's Tommy Redonicus. Greg Hartley's sick of this. Look, he's saying, look, let's move the scrum back in. It wastes as much time as you like, Parramatta, as far as I'm concerned. There's 10 minutes gone, almost 15 minutes gone. Almost 10 minutes gone. Gee, that clock stopped. Has someone stopped that clock? Redonicus wins the scrum and he runs and he's taken heavily. Ray Price throwing that right arm again. Ray, I wouldn't keep doing that. Graham O'Grady holds the ball up and then he goes himself. Newtown, I think, will decide to play it out. They're going to slow it down now. I think you'll see a lot of injuries now, mate. Blythe runs it through. 11-7, Newtown leading. A Redonicus try converted by Paulie Morris in the second half, putting them in front. Back to Redonicus. Redonicus to Morris. Morris to Ryan. Ryan to Zigsworth. Zigsworth. Oh, he's beautifully taken by Muggleton by 1 foot. Plays it back to Blacklock. Blacklock out to Jensen. Jensen says, catch me if you can. And they can. Jensen struggling to get up. They're holding him down, but we don't get the penalties like Parramatta. Aha, says Muggleton. Back it goes to Phil Gill. Beautifully taken. He dummies. Holds. Kevin Stevens misses him. They all miss him. And now they've thrown the ball out. And I tell you what, they've beautifully taken. They kicked the ball out of Gould's hands. It went to their 5'8 Kenny. And Kenny went, and now he's taken it past the halfway line in Newtown territory. Eric Groth now plays the ball back. Back it goes down out to Sterling. Sterling out to Cronin. Cronin out to Ella. Ella tries to throw it back and he doesn't. He's lost the ball. Will it be knocked back? Yeah, knocked back, says referee Hartley. I wouldn't have said that myself, but still it was knocked back. Knocked back it goes to Sterling. Sterling out to O'Reilly. O'Reilly playing like a kid. To Cronin, a beautiful short ball too. Beautiful little quick pass out to Atkins, but Atkins gets nowhere. Taken by Ferguson and by Hetherington. Plays it back now to Edge. Edge to O'Reilly. O'Reilly out to Stumpy Stevens. Stevens out to Ella. A beautiful quick pass that goes nowhere. It finished up with Brett Kenny. Tommy can't get him. Morris can't get him. But Blacklock and Morris finally combined to take him. And they're only 30 yards out from the Newtown line. He's unmarked. He plays the ball back now to Muggleton. Muggleton out to Mackenzie. Mackenzie a bomb. And it's a good bomb, but no good for Newtown, that is, because it goes straight to Johnny Ferguson. And he doesn't flinch under pressure. A lot of white man in that Johnny Ferguson as he runs up now. Oh, look at him going. He's through from dummy half. And he runs from 15 yards outside his own line to almost between his own 25 and halfway line. Zigsworth takes it. Zigsworth out to Blacklock. Blacklock dines. And Blacklock now working his way out 10 yards away from the halfway line. Beautiful work there by Johnny Ferguson. Chicker Ferguson took a bomb and then played it himself from dummy half. O'Grady takes it now. O'Grady handled by about 9 Parramatta players trying to put him down. They can't put him down now. Eventually they do. Back to Jensen. Jensen out to Redonicus. Redonicus to Gould. That's a shocking pass, but Gould salvages. Knocked back, says referee Hartley. Quite right, Greg. Thank you very much. Back to Craig Ellis. Ellis out to Ziggy. Ziggy shows the dummy. Attempts to go through. They won't have any of Zigsworth's dummies today. O'Reilly points out to referee Greg Hartley that it's 6 tackles. Thank you, Bob, says Gregory. We'll have a scrum then. That's a defensive scrum here, which means the odds are 99-1 that'll be a Newtown ball.
Scrum count, John, 8-5.
8-5.
8-6 now.
Penalty to Parramatta, a differential penalty. Oh, look, Tommy had trouble picking it up there for the... Zigsworth had trouble picking it up for the Parramatta players. Sportingly now kicks it back to them. Mackenzie is taking the kick for line. Strange, Mackenzie kicking for line. Oh, the left foot kick, yeah, that's right. Kicks for line, and gee, what a beautiful line kick it is too by Mackenzie. It's only about 10 yards out from the Newtown line.
Plenty of pressure here on Newtown, John. Plenty of pressure.
Parramatta behind. They're leading by 5 points. A converted try away from a lead. 11-7.
Bugden is warming up.
Jeffrey Bugden's warming up.
Ooh. I forgot about Bugden.
Yes, you would, mate.
Yeah, they've no doubt about it.
Jimmy Walters is also warming up.
Bugden and Walters warming up. Thank you, Harold. You're learning a lot about football, Harold.
Oh, is this football? Sorry, mate.
To Atkins taken over the top, and I mean over the top by Hetherington, who I think has been reading books on new positions. Plays the ball back now to Price. Price to Sterling. They're only 5 yards out from the Newtown line. That's 2 tackles. 4 to go, Greg. Plays the ball back now to Hilditch. Hilditch to O'Reilly. O'Reilly shows it, but Tommy Radonicus bundles him up. And that's great football by Radonicus to bundle up a giant like O'Reilly. Hilditch to Stevens. Stevens out to... Oh! I didn't see who that was, but whoever it was going too well.
Yes, Kenny.
Brett Kenny.
Brett Kenny.
Every time they go well, it is Brett Kenny. Sterling to Cronin.
Trouble here, John.
Cronin to Ellen. I tell you what, they've got an overlap, but I tell you, dummy, he didn't throw that to Growth.
Mate, where was Growth? He was too far back.
No, mate, Growth was there. He just decided to go himself. Thank God for that. O'Reilly, they've got a 3-man overlap, and a beautiful tackle by Zigsworth. They had 1, 2, 3, 4 men outside, and Zigsworth went head and shoulders and took the man with the ball. Zigsworth certainly... Was that a certain try or what, mate?
Definitely a certain try, mate. We're very thin out wide, John. We seem to be always thin out wide.
Mate, we're so thin we could be on an Irish starvation diet and we wouldn't even pass. Tell you what, our defence out wide has failed Weight Watchers, mate. Parramatta have got a defensive scrum and Parramatta won it. That should never happen. Price has got out to Cronin. Cronin shows it and runs. He's bundled up. He still gets it away as usual and as ever. They're about a yard out from the Newtown line. We should never have lost that scrum. Price takes from dummy half. He goes himself. Thank you, Raymond. We can do with that all day. Now it's Growth. Will Growth go himself? I tell you what, he's going to be hard to take. We're still looking weak out wide. Very weak if they spin it. If they spin it quickly, I can't see how we can stop them. However, O'Reilly doesn't spin it quickly. He doesn't spin it at all. Look at that overlap, Johnny, out wide.
Mate, he should never look at the overlap now, bud.
Johnny, there's still...
Newtown ball. It's a Newtown ball, John.
But look how weak we are out that side, Johnny.
Well, they're going to settle it down now, John, and then get organised. That's what they've got to do.
Oh, I wish Warren was up here. Barry Wood, Harry, can you get hold of Barry in the dressing room and tell him from up here, mate, Warren would be spewing blood. Not that you listen to Barry, forget it.
Yeah. They're taking their time getting back their position, you down, John.
Naturally, mate. Well, it's almost full time now. There's 25 minutes to go. Newtown leading 11 points to 7. Lock the door. Don't let that Terry Page out. I'd like to see him after the game. I'd love to have a drink with Terry. I'd love to have a drink with, mate. Oh, yes. Back to Jensen. Jensen to Radonicus. Radonicus, who hasn't been replaced, obviously. After 15 minutes, he's lost the ball. Back to Ryan. That's a secret move where Tommy pretends to lose the ball. To Morris, to Ellis. Ellis shows it and goes through. Go, Craigie! Craig tries to put it under to Ferguson. He couldn't, so he held on to it. And that's 6 tackles, says Greg. We'll have another scrum. Craig Ellis is very fast for a big man. You remember that when he was a kid playing centre, Johnny?
He can move along, John, and believe me, he set himself right on running onto this ball.
Well, Arthur beats it. You were the one who was saying at half-time they're going to get beaten out wide. Arthur, it looks more like that than ever. Have you been noticing how weak it's been getting, how paper-thin out there wide, mate?
Yeah, they've had a couple of chances, but they can't get the ball over the line, John. Gee, it's an exciting game, isn't it?
Oh, it's very exciting, mate. How long before the next one? Well, Roy Masters and yourself and Johnny all said, out on those wings out wide...
Here comes Bugden and Walters.
Bugden and Walters, they're ready to come out to the field now. I don't know.
Just wondering, I think Jack Gibson will start to make a change shortly too, I'd imagine.
Here comes, and there's 2 new players coming out in the field. If you can just watch the game for me, Arthur. Just tell
they just did a tap move, they just did a train line. Ray Price is playing the ball back to Stumpy Stevens. He's going himself on dummy half, but he's hit hard by some Newtown defence and Ellis and Gould over the top.
Yeah, and Walters and Bugden are both asked the linesman. They'll come on the first available opportunity. Obviously, Walters for Jensen, and Bugden will come on, I would think, for Ellis. Although it could be for Blythe. Blythe has been carrying injuries since the late 1940s. It goes back now. Under the legs move to Sterling. Sterling to Cronin. Cronin looking for that overlap. Back to Mackenzie. Mackenzie's running all over the place. Back looking for support. He can't find Tommy under. And Hetherington over. And you knocked it on, nil-all.
Yeah.
And here comes Jeffrey Bugden, who 6 or 7 weeks ago was told he'd be lucky to play next season, let alone this season. And here, mate, here is the fresh reserve for Parramatta, Stevie Sharp, running out of the field. Stephen Sharp. Newtown still leading 11. Parramatta 7.
That could
And
make a
there's
difference too. You know, Jeff
22
Buckley's an
minutes to
open
go.
side prop. Too, he's a good scrummager, so it might make a difference in the scrums also.
In what way, Jeff?
Well, I think they could get more ball now, Newtown.
Well, mate, you're right. They won the first one.
Ray Price is coming off, yeah.
What a tragedy for Parramatta. Ray Price is coming off the field and replaced by Steve Sharp.
He's a magnificent competitor, isn't he, old Pricey?
Well, mate, I tell you what, bet or no bet, I'd like to pay homage to Ray Price. It's the most courageous bit of football I've seen. I've never seen anyone put so much... I've never seen two footballers do as much work in the grand final as Raymond Price.
He's a great footballer, right.
And a champion bloke, mate. Nevertheless, when it comes to business is business, can't think of anyone I'd rather see off the field.
Siggy, solid dummy there, would have done better to let it go.
Yeah, mate, I'll tell you, didn't sell it too well either.
No, I know, he tried to sell a dummy.
He's copped a headache too, mate.
Yeah, they got...
Out to Gould, mate. Gould's got no room to move, so he takes the tackle himself. 6 to go. Ziggy moving very slowly back, mate.
They haven't kicked at all, Newtown at all this half. It surprised me a little bit that they've been hemmed down in this...
Well, neither team have kicked, mate, Arthur.
No, they've got a little bit of breeze. The breeze has dropped quite a lot, but there's still a little bit out there.
Gee, it has dropped dramatically. It's no longer a goal, is it? It's now a wind, and I notice the wind is sometimes going...
Yeah. Yeah, that's a scrum. Is that a scrum or what? It's coming out Parramatta's way.
Got the ball.
Addo's got it.
He knocked off Paul Morris, well, didn't he?
He's done it twice.
He's knocked off Morris again, but Morris finally comes over the top and Hetherington round the legs. We've got a player down hurt too.
Gould, I'd say.
Phil Gould again. Here's Sharp, Steve Sharp, the replacement for Ray Price. 14-11, 20 minutes to go. Newtown leading. It's 11-7, sorry, the score. I was hoping for that 14. 11-7, Newtown only 4 points in front, and you need 6 to be safe. Plays it back to Edge. The 25 yards out from the Newtown line. Sharp stumbles and falls. And as he falls...
They're bunching up, Parramatta.
Edge. Yeah, they're making a blue. Out to Cronin. Cronin holds the ball up, but Blythe won't let him get it away. And they won't let him run either. Cronin gets up, plays it back to Edge. Lovely tackling by Tommy Redonicus, who's working almost as hard as Ray Price. Here's a bomb by Sterling.
I think they're all offside, Parramatta.
Oh, there are a lot of them offside. Zigsworth up. And the ball's loose on the ground, and finally it's a Newtown ball, the Parramatta players. And what does referee Hartley said? He said, "Are you knocked on, fellas? We'll have a scrum right in front of the Newtown post, about 15 yards out from the post." And the scrum count now, what would it be, Johnny? Scrums are 9-5. 9-5. Parramatta leading the scrums, but Jeff Bugden and Jimmy Walters have just replaced Barry Jensen.
They won another ball. Tommy's got the ball.
Who came off? Blythe or... Yeah, Ellis came off.
Yeah. He's down too, Blythe. He's hurt too.
He's up again. You can't hurt him, mate. They read in the paper he was badly injured, but fortunately he can't read, so he's okay. Back to Hetherington. He wasn't looking, but he picks up. He loves to run from dummy half, Arthur. You watch him when things get tight, he loves that. Tom Redonicus, he doesn't mind a run from dummy half either.
He's a great competitor, isn't it?
He wouldn't mind this grand final, Tommy Redonicus. I think you might find he'll quit if he wins this one, mate. Jimmy Walters.
Never quit.
Walters to Phil Gould. No, he'll announce his retirement. You get front pages that way, Arthur. He'll come back next week.
The Kangaroo Tour next year.
Walters. And why shouldn't he, mate? Walters out to Zigsworth. Zigsworth to Blacklocker, wandering off his wing again. Blacklocker again. He's beaten one man. He can't beat Mick Cronin, though, but he's still going. Not call held, obviously. Greg Hartley's saying, "Oh, I did say you were held, you know, mate." The official crowd is 57,333.
There's a penalty here to Parra. Second row feed from Tommy. Tommy wouldn't do that.
They're kidding, mate. After all those...
A lovely boy, isn't he?
He is, and he's nice to his mother.
Oh, great fella.
But he does cheat at scrums.
Yes, he has been known.
He does not cheat at leapfrog, though, mate.
No, does he?
Does not cheat at leapfrog. Kicking for the line now, one of these scientific... It was a good time to waste time too, Parramatta. Yeah, they're kicking for the line from the place kick.
They might see the kick again from here, I'd reckon.
Yeah, well, the more time they waste, the better. They're obviously desperation
they need
moves.
the 5 points here. They're lined well out.
They're all gathered around the centre for a bomb. Mick Cronin's placing the ball. It's obviously not a kick a goal from a scrum penalty, but they're using this to get as much accuracy as possible. The players are grouped, the Parramatta, they start to move, and it's not a good up and under, but it'll do.
To try.
It'll do.
To try.
It'll do. They knocked it back. They knocked it back, the Newtown boys. It wasn't a good up and under whatsoever. And referee Greg Hartley is... No try.
Oh, he's kidding.
That up and under didn't go up, it just went across the post. Tommy's played it on and knocked it on. And he said you interfered with Tommy Redonica's playing. Why was
I'd
that?
like to see that on a replay.
Well, if you'd like to flash up, Johnny, to the 2GB room, they've got Channel 7 on instant replay, and we have a quick look at it and let us know what happened. We can't tell you why that try wasn't...
Obviously,
no, he didn't ground the ball.
He didn't ground the ball.
Oh, well, there you go. Apologise.
The official was. They've looked it back on TV. The ball was not grounded. It went across. The Newtown boys didn't have to catch it. They just had to knock it clear. There was 5 Newtown fellas and 1 Parramatta fella.
I thought someone put their hand on the ball. That's all you've got to do and then go.
Well, mate, that's what it looked like from here.
Yeah.
And I'd tell you what, mate, probably your judgment will be backed up by 99% of Parramatta officials, but not by me. At this stage, mate, Terry Page at this stage too, looking very pale. Definitely needing a weekend away somewhere in the sun, but preferably not until Tuesday. Hetherington pockets the Newtown players now. Newtown are on the attack. There's 22 minutes to go, and they cling to this 11-7 lead. Here's an overlap. Look at him go. Atkins up the wing. He's got a man with him, but Ziggy again, ball and all. Gee, that Zigsworth can tackle, can't he? He had nothing else to do except take the man head on, head high, and wrap him up. And he did just that. The ball comes out again now. It's out now to Kenny. Kenny tries to push off Morris, and he does push off Morris, and he gets back to Cronin. Cronin throws it loose, and Ryan's on the ball again. Johnny Raper.
I just seen the replay, John, and it looked like it was a knock-on from Atkins. Greg Hartley was right on the ball, and I'd say this, that it was definitely right that Atkins knocked the ball on overline.
Just if Peter Peters and Ray Warren agreeing with anything, mate, it must be fair dinkum. Did Roy Masters have a look at it? Roy Masters, not a great Greg Hartley fan. Didn't see it, however, disagrees with the ruling. Oh, no, you wouldn't want to know the Newtown player's injured playing the ball. You don't often see that when the Newtown player playing the ball.
The old Balmain goes slow.
Oh, mate, look at this boy. What bad luck. That's the fourth guy playing the ball that's got hurt.
Shouldn't do that. They shouldn't.
Wilson coming on.
Kenny Wilson's warming up. Kenny Wilson running down, warming up. Wilson.
Is he going to take off?
Will he be taking off Morris or Adonicus?
Gee, decisions.
Well, Arthur, you've coached teams before. Who would you be taking off, Roy?
Paul Morris.
Roy Masters would take Paul Morris off. You'd take Paul Morris off. I know how close Roy is to Warren Ryan, so I think that if Warren hears that means Paul Morris will definitely stay on. And the Newtown player getting slowly to his feet. Here's Kenny Wilson on the sideline now. If Tommy sees him, he could score another try. There's how long to go now exactly, Arthur?
We've got 15 minutes to go.
15 minutes, and still 4 points to the lead. 11-7 in favour of Newtown. The unbelievable looks like becoming the believable. Newtown in their first premiership win since World War II, and Parramatta look like remaining the Cinderellas, but they're only a converted try away from changing all that. Either team can win. Gould kicks for line. What a kick is that? What sort of a kick is that? However, what sort of a take is that? Atkins takes the ball, but he's pushed into the sideline. That was a kick from Gould. He was midway between his own 25-yard line and the halfway line. He kicked for the line on the hillside of the field. It ran down. Atkins stumbled and got to the ball just in time, but on getting up, put his foot in to touch.
Here comes the line on now. No, he's
Kenny
taking Morris
Wilson on
off.
and Paul Morris off. Roy Masters' judgment of football improving once again. Some chance for St George in the future.
I just hope Parramatta don't panic. They've still got plenty of time to win the match. The only problem is they're throwing silly passes.
Mate, they are panicking though, Arthur, are they not?
Well, this is it, I suppose.
They've won the ball. Sterling goes himself. O'Grady and Johnny Ferguson combined to say that's far enough still. Only 20 yards out from their own line. As it goes back now to Kenny. Kenny taken by Pittman, who's been pretty quiet today for Mick Pittman, hasn't he, Arthur?
He's had to do a lot of defence, but we haven't seen him running with the ball.
No, not nearly as much as usual. Bob O'Reilly.
Well, that's
taken by Kenny Wilson. Kenny Wilson roughs him up. Kenny Wilson will stop at nothing, mate. Out it comes out now, wide, and there's a beautiful break by Parra, and they've got an overlap. Cronin out to Ella. Ella steps inside. He should have gone back outside. Hetherington takes him with Kenny Wilson and
they're just going to use the ball, spread it wide.
They're not spreading it wide, though. Sterling out to O'Reilly. Thank God O'Reilly stays in the centre and taken by Gould. They won't spin it. When they do spin it, O'Reilly's out there. O'Reilly to dummy half now. He runs 2 steps before he gives it to Sterling. Sterling to Sharp. Sharp back to Sterling. Here's a try on. And I tell you what, this is Atkins, and there's no one to catch him.
Under the post.
No one to catch him. No one to catch him. Kenny went, and I tell you what, it's a convertible try.
2. This is it.
There's a try by Atkins. They threw it wide. There was no one chasing him except Kenny Wilson, who doesn't have the speed to do it. The overlap was on. The try was on 5 times today, and it's the first time they've taken it up.
They have. That's it. It was a great try, great team try. All they've got to do is spread the ball. Newtown are bunching up quite a bit, and the signs are there, I'm afraid, John. I can see a tear in your eye there, but a bit of life came back into Terry's face there.
11-10. Newtown Newtown leading Mick Cronin. Mick Cronin taking this kick, and Mick Cronin wouldn't get very many easier kicks than this to win a game.
No, that's it. No, I think it's a ball game. I think Roy
5 yards
Masters
to
might
the
be
side
right.
of the post and 13 minutes to go.
I think Roy Masters might be right. 6 points. I think Parra will score again. Yeah.
I tell you one man who won't be pleased, Tommy Redonicus. He'll be pointing out that never happened while he was there. 11-10 now. 11-10. Newtown leading, but Mick Cronin with an easy conversion attempt about 5 yards to the side of the post, which should take Parramatta to a lead of 12 points to 11. Still with 12 minutes to go.
You see the blue and gold flags just come up there. See them all waving.
Yes, mate, there. I think
They're saying ta-da to your money.
well, it's just a game.
And there she goes, straight over.
Straight between the posts. Well, I guess if he'd missed it, Terry never would have talked to me again or trusted me again. I'd rather have his lack of trust than $250,000. It's 12-11. Parramatta lead. There's still 12 minutes to go here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Grand final day. 12 minutes to go. 1 point the difference. A field goal or a conversion. We've got the field goal expert out there, mate, in Kenny Wilson.
Right,
the game's not over yet. 12-11. There's still wind still with us. Kenny kicks deep. It goes back. Goes back over the Parramatta line. Atkins looks at it, thinks I'll take it now. I'll run it back into play. No trouble at all. Thanks very much. He runs it back into play and he's taken by Walters. Mick Pittman over the top. Atkins now, he's taking his time. That's not sporting to play it. Plays it back to Stephen Sharp. He's taken also.
They're starting to slow down the Newtown forwards.
Mate, it goes back now to Muggleton. Muggleton runs it up and he's taken well by the Newtown forwards. Redonicus takes it. Redonicus out to Edge. Edge passes it out now to Sterling. Sterling's crunched to the ground. Paul Morris is off. Kenny Wilson is on. And Jensen and Walters replace Ellis and Jensen. For Parramatta, Ray Price is off and replaced by Steve Sharp. Ron Hilditch. Parramatta leading by 1 point. Out it goes now to Peter Sterling. Out to O'Reilly. And O'Reilly's taken very heavily there by Jimmy Walters, eh?
No, great covering tackle. Starting to work the blind a little bit too, Parramatta. They're looking a little bit more dangerous. They're controlling the ball quite a lot.
You're starting to sound disappointingly confident to me, Arthur. Tell you what, there should be a penalty here to Parramatta, but there's no need as they won the
Hello, he's going all the way.
Sterling straight. No, he doesn't get past Wilson. Kenny grabs him, wraps him up around the legs, plays the ball back now to Johnny Fergus has come through and knocked the pass down, but it goes back to Muggleton. Pittman says, I'll have him. Kenny Wilson gives him a hand. They're on the halfway line. Muggleton plays it back now to... And I tell you what, Parramatta going straight through the forward. Sterling deciding to run on his own all the time now. Plays it back now. Plays it back to Edge. Edge to Sterling. Sterling out to Kenny. Kenny to Cronin. Cronin up the middle. Taken by Hetherington and Redonicus. Plays the ball back now to Hilditch. Hilditch out to O'Reilly. O'Reilly, who's earned every bit of money he gets today. O'Reilly's taken in a tackle there by Bugden and Jimmy Walters. Plays it back to Stephen Edge. There's 10 minutes to go. 1 point the difference. Parramatta leading by 1 point. Mackenzie kicks for line and hits Blacklock and goes into touch about 10 yards inside Newtown territory. There's exactly 10 minutes to go. Parramatta 12. Newtown 11. 3 tries to 2. But that's not telling the story of the game, is it?
Kenny Wilson's feeding the scrums. I see Tommy's moved to 5'8".
Kenny Wilson runs.
He's feeding the scrums now, Kenny Wilson.
Yeah, well, since they found Tommy cheated the last time, I think, Arthur.
I think he must have been warned
Redonicus onto Pittman. Pittman runs heavily into the Parramatta. But gee, I tell you what, Stevens is doing his job out there too today, mate.
No, he's certainly hitting hard.
Goes out now from Mick Ryan to Redonicus. The desperate Redonicus onto Ziggy. Zigsworth. They haven't let Zigsworth hit through all day, have they?
No, they're tackling him well. They've bottled him up today.
Walters a dummy half. He tries to barge through. He goes absolutely nowhere. Ziggy's the only man there for dummy half. Kenny Wilson standing outside him, out to Kenny Wilson. Wilson to Bugden. Let's see how Bugden goes. He crashes up the centre and he's taken beautifully by the Parramatta forwards. Plays the ball back to Ryan. Ryan to Wilson. Wilson dummies, throws a long pass out to... Oh, I tell Blacklock, that's the first long pass Blacklock's got all day. 1 point the difference in this grand final here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Parramatta 12.
We haven't seen Blacklock and Anderson coming in off their wings.
Ferguson's the other fellow's name, mate.
Ferguson, that's right.
It's okay, Arthur. I tell you what, mate, if they score again, Terry Page can take over this commentary. I was enjoying this game immensely until a couple of minutes ago.
Hello, there's a Parramatta
Kenny Wilson
ball.
feeds and Parramatta have won it. That shouldn't happen either. Sterling took the tackle. He plays it back to a fresh Stephen Sharp, replacing Ray Price. He runs through Pittman, but Pittman regathers him, puts him to the ground with the help of Kenny Wilson. Back now to Mackenzie. Mackenzie at dummy half. Out to Sterling. Sterling to Kenny. Cronin dummies to go. Bundled up by Tommy Radonicus and hammered to the
out there
ground.
again. If Cronin could have unloaded again, they were a little bit skinny. The Paul Taylor's coming on. Coming on for Stevens, I'd say.
There goes Grothmate involving himself in the play too. He plays it back to Edge. Edge going out wide again. We're not thin out there this time. O'Reilly's bottled up by Blythe. There's 1 point the difference and 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes to go here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Parramatta 12, Newtown 11. Back to Edge. Edge to Mackenzie. He goes the up and under. This is going to be a vital kick. One more score and Parramatta's got it wrapped up. Oh, Ziggy's run it out of the field of play. And it's on too. And it's on. Well, that seemed a bit unnecessary.
Yeah, it was stupid.
All I saw was Blacklock take a swing. I don't see what necessitated that. I'm sure Greg Hartley will say, don't be so bloody stupid. There's 5 or 6 minutes to go. We're out here playing grand final football. What's the point in you blokes getting involved in that?
He's pulling another Parramatta player up.
Mind you, if you send 4 or 5 Parramatta players off at this stage, I would regard it as something of a great service to rugby league in the Newtown district.
Stevens is coming off.
Kevin Stevens is coming off and Taylor is coming on. Tackling machine. It goes back now to Kenny, now to Muggleton. Muggleton runs through the tackle of Blythe, but is then stopped by Gould. 25 yards out from the Newtown line, 8 minutes to go, and Parramatta leading by 1 solitary point, 12-11.
Old Tommy's still in there fighting, isn't he?
Tommy Radonicus will not quit, mate. He doesn't know the meaning of the word
Chance
quit.
here, chance.
O'Reilly to Cronin, and it's a quick one.
Oh, he's put it down.
Oh, mate, how could they put that down? That was another Parramatta try. It was on for sure, but Ella put it down. It goes out now to Ferguson. Ferguson says, let me have a go at these fellas.
Oh,
he's lost the ball. He's lost the ball. Parramatta have regained it. But Greg Hartley says, yeah, Parramatta ball. It's a fair ball. Johnny Ferguson shouldn't have done that. O'Reilly runs himself. He's taken by Pittman and by Gould. Get off him, Jeffrey Bugden. They play it back down to Mackenzie. Mackenzie out to Kenny. Cronin shows it and then straightens. He's held by Blythe. And now Mick Ryan over the top. They're 5 yards out from the Newtown line. 1 point in top. And a converted try away from their first ever premiership. Can Parramatta do it? O'Reilly to Kenny. Kenny pulled down a yard short of the Newtown line. He plays the ball now. This could be the ball game if they go from here. Edge on it. And Kenny doesn't run very hard. That was Growth. Growth should have run harder. Here's the last tackle. It's back from Edge. Edge throws to O'Reilly. O'Reilly tries to get away and he doesn't. And it should be a Newtown ball. No. Back to Parramatta and that'll be 6 more tackles, says Greg Hartley. God, and Parramatta don't want Greg Hartley. Who do they want?
Oh, it's on, it's on. Try.
And there's a big overlap by Parramatta. All they have to do is give it out to Weller, and they have. And that's the premiership, I'm afraid. That's a 4-point lead to Parramatta. That overlap has been on all day long. And that time it went out very quickly out to Ella. And Ella made no mistake. That's a 4-point lead. A 4-point lead there to Parramatta.
Shane McKellar's coming on.
Stevens showing a little bit of pleasure there, Arthur. What was he saying to you?
He was going grunting.
He was going, was he?
He's grunting, he does. He grunts a bit, Snubby.
Oh, mate, this game would seem so enjoyable. I didn't know how to spend that money, now I needn't worry. Terry Page. Mate, you seem to have a holiday feeling in that face of yours, Terry. You'd say so. It's not over yet, says Terry Page. Suddenly becoming a very good sportsman.
Last week, we got busted in the last half a minute.
Can happen again. Tell me again that story about how you were in front and in the last minute the other team scored. Hey? That happened last week. It can happen again. 4 points the difference.
I don't think it's going to happen today.
If Mick Cronin kicks this, I think he can wrap up the premiership. Shane McKellar's coming on for Newtown, by the way.
We might as well go down for drinks. What do you think?
What do you mean, play some country and western music?
I don't know.
That Best Western's a good horse. There's 4 points the difference, and Mick Cronin converting from the sideline. 1 yard in from the sideline. If he kicks this, to all intents and purposes, a 6-point lead with 5 minutes to go should give Parramatta their first ever premiership. If he misses it, Newtown are still only a converted try away from the premiership. Obviously, every Parramatta fan in Sydney will be hoping Mick Cronin kicks this, and every Newtown fan in Sydney will both be hoping to go straight along the ground. Cronin not happy with the way he's positioned the ball. Time off, says referee Hartley.
They're doing it tough down there behind the goal line too. They just brought Cole Murphy on by the looks of it.
They brought Shane McKellar on, mate.
Shane, is it?
Yeah, that's the Fox.
The Fox.
The Fox. Scored a try 1 minute after coming off last week.
Yeah, Les Motto's over there trying to give him a G up behind the goal line there.
Yeah, well, it's a bit late for a G up. We need a try.
Yeah.
Cronen's moving back, time back on, signals referee Hartley. Cronin moves back. This could be the goal kick. Cronin missed one for them that lost him a comp. Could be this one that wins the comp. It's a beautiful looking kick.
Yo, beauty.
And it's straight between the posts. And that's a 6-point lead to Parramatta, and unless a miracle happens, that'll be Parramatta's first ever premiership. Arthur Beetson, how does it feel?
Mate, it's great. I know how Jack Gibson and the boys will be feeling. They're all Dennis Fitzgerald.
I'm so pleased for them, Arthur. Only cost me $250,000.
I'll be up there, Parramatta tonight.
Parramatta by 6 points. He's a genius.
Oh, he's a genius. Is Roy Masters, Terry Page. You're all geniuses. No? They play the ball back now. Parramatta have the ball. There's 5 minutes to go. Newtown need a miracle. 6 points behind, having led by 4 points. They have been. Out it goes now. It goes. Parramatta still have the ball. Newtown haven't given up. Pittman and Gould try to crash through. Halfway line. Steve Sharp's made it to the halfway line. Can we see who Shane McKellar's replaced, Arthur? It'll be either Hetherington or Mick Ryan, mate.
Looks like Mick Ryan.
Mick Ryan off, Shane McKellar on. So that's 3 replacements. Back it goes to Hilditch. Hilditch is also taken by Walters and Bugden. That ball comes back now. It's Taylor. Is that Taylor?
That's, Taylor's a dummy half.
Taylor a dummy half.
Looks like Ronnie Hilditch hurt.
Ray Blacklock off.
Ray Blacklock's off. And Shane McKellar on. Taylor takes the tackle, and that's a scrum. It's a defensive scrum. Newtown should win this. Even a converted try will still see him a point away. They're 6 points away, and in 5 minutes you don't win grand finals with 6 points from 6 points behind.
The clock stopped, I think.
They're in extra time. Newtown's ball. It goes from Wilson out to Zigsworth. Zigsworth hasn't been given 1 inch to move today. There's 4 minutes to go. Terry Page is smiling. I'm crying. And Newtown are behind 6 points. Hetherington, who won't say no. He's only got 1 foot on.
That's a boot.
Yeah, I tell you what, very sportingly, Parramatta have thrown over the sideline. We would have done the same. Bugden runs through and he's busted them over the halfway line. Don't give up, Newtown. There's only 6 points to go. But I tell you what, to all intents and purposes, this premiership of 1981 is Parramatta's. They've never won one. They've waited all these years. I wish they could have waited just one more, but that's not the way it was to be. Gould kicks for line, and that's another beautiful bit of rugby league by Phil Gould. And his gain line gained 15 yards out from the Parramatta touchline. Well, Terry Page, a quick comment. How does it feel, mate? I know you're anxious to give me that $250,000. It doesn't look like it's going to be on. I guess that you feel the better team won.
I want to hear the siren go first before I say that.
Terry Page. Oh, it's a wonderful feeling to enjoy a game of football and be $250,000 worse off than you thought you were going to be. I don't know why it is, Arthur, but I have a sinking feeling that I'm not enjoying this game as much as I otherwise would. Does this mean that money's become overly important in my life? Parramatta, Newtown. Oh, that could have been anyone's ball, but Parramatta dived on it, and good luck to them. It's Parramatta's ball. Out it goes now. Taylor a dummy half. They've got 5 tackles to go. They'll take their time getting up from here quite naturally. McKenzie gets up slowly. Taylor runs from dummy half straight into Graham O'Grady. O'Grady who's given his heart, soul, body and mind to this game. And it comes up now to Muggleton, runs through. He's looking for support. Newtown are tied. Hetherington still playing with one shoe. Parramatta slow to their feet. Bad sportsmanship, Arthur.
There goes the bear. He hasn't stopped all day, O'Reilly either.
He's too old to be out there.
Oh, he's done a great job today, the old bear.
Of course he has, mate. They've all done a great job. Both teams. McKenzie stabs for the line. He hasn't got it. But I tell you what, even better, it's gone to the Newtown winger, and they've got an overlap. And he's done it. And here goes another try to Parramatta. They will score again. There'll be no touching Brett Kennedy, and he scores his second try. Well, that was a kick for line. It didn't come off. It bounced back. There were 3 Parramatta players, and that is premiership for 1981 to Parramatta. They've won the comp, and I tell you what, I do think they were the better team. They had 3 chances in the first half to score tries. They bombed all 3 by not throwing the ball out quick enough. Newtown defence out wide was paper thin. They did make it, and then that last try, they just put the sealer on it. There was 1 chance in 100 before, and now there's no chance in a million.
Well, Jack Gibson's done it again, hasn't he?
He has made his case another premiership team. You can bag Jack all you like. I think he goes out of his way to lose friends and uninfluence people as the season progresses, and he's only got one objective in mind, that's to win the premiership. And you can say what you like about Jack Gibson, he's done just that. I think it's a pity still that has been done. I don't think anyone can complain about Hartley today. I can. No. 2 lousy penalty tries, we could have won this game.
Well, there you go, see, the ball game's over now, but there's going to be plenty of drinking and whooping and whopping going on out at Parramatta tonight.
Yes, Newtown League Club will be officially closed. You won't notice the difference. Cronin comes back. Cronin has kicked a number of lucky goals today.
Nice side, O'Reilly's running around kissing and hugging everyone.
Yeah, I know. Oh, he does shoot at leapfrog. And look at Cronin, mate. He's missed a goal. Mick, why pick now to miss one? And there's the full-time bell. And the premiership in 1981 goes to Parramatta. Parramatta 20, Newtown 11, which is not a true indication of the game. Newtown were leading 11-7 after half-time when Tommy Radonikas boiled over. At half-time, Parramatta led by the odd point, 7-6. After half-time, Tom Radonikas crashed over from a scrum. It was converted by Paul Morris, and for a long time, for 22 minutes, Newtown held a lead. Newtown held a lead, 11-7. Then we saw what had to happen, a try out wide by Parramatta, and it was also inevitable that Cronin would beat that Sydney Cricket Ground curse. He kicked goal after goal after goal today, and then the last minute runaway try by Parramatta, and 20-11 the final score. But I think a toss of the coin, a great grand final, incident-free, controversy-free. And Arthur Beeson, thanks for the off, Terry Page.
Always a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure not doing any bloody business with you. And I tell you what, mate, I'm a great loser, mate. I'll see you after the grandstand, after the game. What did you have to pay those 13 Parramatta players to try their best?
Free beer, is it? Was it ex-Parramatta blokes too?
Ex-Parramatta blokes. And what about me? Champagne. Arthur Beeson, your comments on the game, then Johnny Raper, then Roy Masters, and a final summary from Jimmy Shepherd. This is a very disappointed John Singleton signing off from the Sydney Cricket Ground and handing you over to Arthur Beeson and your coordinator for the afternoon, Jimmy Shepherd.
It was certainly a good game. The right team won. I know I was against the odds up here, but John Berrigan for Newtown, but they certainly played well out there today. Parramatta, they stuck to their guns. They did start to panic a little bit in the second half, but once they moved the ball wide, the tries came. They were a little bit skinny out wide, Newtown. He had to make a few decisions. Warren Ryan, he brought Paul Morris off, brought Kenny Wilson on, and just after that they scored. Whether that had anything to do with it, I don't know, but it was just that I think Parramatta woke up, they had to move the ball wide, which they did do, and the tries resulted. But it's been a great day here. It's been close right up to the death, and everyone's here is happy. I'm sure Jack Gibson, he's done the trick again with Parramatta. They'll be all very happy out of Parramatta. The title escaped them probably in 76 when they should have won, but they've made up for it today here. They're all out there congratulating each other, and I'd like to congratulate Dennis Fitzgerald, Jack Gibson and the Parramatta boys.
Thanks, Arthur. Well, just going back first of all to complete the whole day, in under-23s earlier today, South Sydney 18 defeated Parramatta 5. That was a bad start to the day for the Eels. In reserve grade, Western Suburbs 19 defeated Parramatta 2, and at that stage Parramatta 2 matches, 2 losses, but they've come out and triumphed in the first grade match. Johnny Raper has now joined us. John, your interpretation, summing up of the first grade.
Well, the bridesmaids have certainly done it, and they thoroughly deserve their victory. There's no doubt about it. Newtown tried all day to try and penetrate the tight defence on the Parramatta side themselves, but Parramatta finished on too strongly for the Blue Bags, and out wide, and we predicted this at half-time, that out wide Newtown was very, very thin. Of course, Jack Gibson, being the case, just picked out this weakness in the Newtown back line, and he was able to get the ball out wide, and this enabled Parramatta to run in the 3 tries that they did score. But what a gutsy effort by the Newtown players. They never stopped giving up, but the class did tell, and so did the tactics of Jack Gibson and the Parramatta boys, who certainly abided by his tactics. I feel that a special mention should be given to Big Bob O'Reilly, the big bear. Never have I seen him play a better game. He was in everything. He was in the centre of the rucks where a front row forward should be. He was out wide distributing the ball, getting the ball moving quickly to the weakness of Newtown, and that was out wide. But no one tried any harder in Newtown side either than Graham O'Grady. O'Grady had a wonderful game, and him and Tommy Radonikas, well, what can you say about Tommy Radonikas? Went down fighting. His 13th year in first grade football, and where he gets the energy from, I don't know. All in all, the game, Parramatta, the 1981 premiers, the best side of the day, and believe me, it was a grand final, worthy to see, and the people out there are ecstatic. The flags are all flying, and when they run around for the victory lap, Parramatta, they'll certainly get the ovation that they deserve.
Right, we still have to see the victory lap in the official presentation, but I'd like to hear a couple of comments from Roy Masters if we can, because we've heard from...
Well, one of the most interesting aspects...
Thank you, Roy.
One of the best aspects, I thought, of the discipline of the Parramatta team was the way in which they, when they had that try disallowed by referee Greg Hartley following that bomb, they didn't drop their bundle. They didn't sort of take the Hartley curse, as it were, and to blame. They got stuck into it, and they came straight back, and they scored 2 good tries. I don't think anybody could begrudge Parramatta the proud moment that they enjoy now of being presented with the J.J. Gilton Shield, and I'm sure that every league follower would want to congratulate them for us, because not only did they win, but they played very disciplined football when they had a a great setback, which was following that disallowed try.
Thanks, Roy. Let's just run through the scorers for you again for the winners and the champions and premiers for 1981 Parramatta. 2 tries to Kenny, 1 each to Atkins and Ella, and 4 goals to Mick Cronin. And for Newtown, tries to Graham O'Grady, Hetherington and Tom Redonigus, and 1 goal only to Paul Morris, for the final score of Parramatta 20, Newtown 11. And I don't know how much longer we can take it on. We do have the official presentation at the moment, but from our position we wouldn't have any chance of picking up that sound. But as Roy Masters has just told you, the president of the New South Wales Rugby Football League, Mr. Kevin Humphreys, is down there now, ready to present the J.J. Gilton and Shield to the deserved premiers for 1981 Parramatta. After that, they'll take the famous shield for the traditional lap of honour around the Sydney Cricket Ground. And we've had, I think, one of the most exciting and most unusual coverages of a Rugby League Grand Final in Rugby League history in Australia today on 2K Wireless, with that star-studded cast headed by John Singleton, with his friendly adversary for the day, Terry Page, with Roy Masters, with Johnny Raper, with Artie Beetson, and earlier in the day on the under-23s match with Neil Pringle. So from the Sydney Cricket Ground, as we can't really bring you the sound of the presentation.
Oh well.
I think we must leave it at that point, eh?
Okay, Jimmy.
Thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, Jim. Thanks a lot. Ian Hay returns with Football Open Line.